Welcome back to Quelmar, everyone. We are live again today with another episode of Just the Q of Us. That's right. Thanks for the dance, Brendan. Love it. Love it. Welcome back to Just the Q of Us. This is Quelmar's anthology of two-player buddy cop adventures. The buddy cop started when Quelmar started in 2013, and there were only 3 players, and one of them was absent. And so we just said that it was a buddy cop game, and suddenly it was fun. And so we're taking that idea and we're taking it to all of Quelmar's campaigns. Each episode of Just the Q of Us features 2 characters, one from a different Quelmar campaign. So we're taking basically a crossover of the characters. If you really like crossover fighting games like Super Smash Brothers or the Marvel vs. Capcom, then this is the Dungeons & Dragons version of that. Except we're not even playing Dungeons & Dragons, we're playing Atris. So, without further ado, I'm going to take it away to our first player over here. Brendan, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about Chet Sexton.
Yeah, hello, I am Brendan. My pronouns are he, him. Chet Sexton is a sorcerer who has recently come out as actually a wizard as of the events of the Ancients Alive campaign. And he hails from a merchant family in Gallic and is studied for a time with the demons at Demon University. Or was it Devils, James? I forget. I
think it was Devils. Oh, no, hold on, because it was your inner demon.
Right.
Chaz, so it would have been demons, yeah.
Yeah, Demon University. His stepdad is a fiend. It's a good time.
Great.
Is that everything that...
And where do you bank?
The bank, the First National Bank of New Gallic, I guess.
And over here we have Dean. Welcome, Dean. I think this is your first time on Quelmar's channel ever, so congrats on that. Tell us a little bit about yourself and Niebelung.
Hi, everyone. So, Niebelung exists way in the past during one of the campaigns of the OathWielders. OathWielders or Oath Keepers?
I hope you remember.
OathWielders.
You named it.
Maybe is, I don't know. He existed in a time when Gallic was still fresh and anew and rebuilding due to a recent war during the OathWielders campaign, for those of you who remember the Great War. He is a mystic who was always in the pursuit of knowledge, and his greatest goal was to explore the vast infinity that is knowledge, and he dedicated his life to it. He also wrote some of the books that are actually tales of his adventures to places like Eisenhound and Petris, the Land of the Giants. And
do you remember what you called those stories?
Oh my God. Okay, so it's also been 7 years, folks.
They were called the Niebelungs.
The Niebelungs. I got it. The Niebelungs. Yes. yes. Well, a player his name Niebelung. They were called the Niebelungs.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
To bring things to present, his material body is no longer with us. But he managed to study magic enough to exist in the planes of still pursuit of knowledge. Yeah. And that takes us to today.
And that does take us to today. That is correct. I don't have anything to add. So, hell, let's just jump into the game. I'm going to go ahead and run the intro sequence. And today's adventure starts here in the blessed city of Gallic, the most prolific of all of Quelmar's locations. It's shown up in, I don't know, probably all of the campaigns at this point. Who hasn't done an adventure in Gallic? But specifically here in the northward of Gallic in the year 460... Brendan, how many years has it been after Ancients Alive?
6.
460... 7? 460...
Sure.
5?
Whatever number you say, that's how many years it is after Ancients Alive and the year that it is right now. How about that?
We're so good at world building. Yeah, it's 468 PR for the time nerds out there. A couple years after Ancients Alive ended, and 456 years after OathWielders ended. Just a little bit of a difference. And we are at the largest tower in the ward, a massive skyscraper. Let's put on some wondrous music. Let's all go, ooh, the ArchCrystal Tower. A massive skyscraper, probably about 30 stories up over the skylines. For many years, it was the largest in Gallic when the Illumians founded it back in the 300s BR. So it is a building that has been there for well over 1,000 years. It is effectively Quelmar's Library of Congress. It is the most complete and fascinating archive of the most mundane and interesting documents in the world. It is where you go if you can't find what you're looking for anywhere else. And today we are going to be following Chet Sexton on a mission to find something in the ArchCrystal Tower. I didn't tell Brendan this ahead of time because I wanted to put him on the spot. Chet, what is it that you could not find anywhere else in the realm that you had to go back to Gallic and you had to go to the ArchCrystal Tower?
Do we want something really stupid? Yeah. So, Chet, for as long as we've known him, has had a flying broom. And I think there are some schematics in the tower for a souped-up, nosed-out flying broom.
Yes, I see. The ancient schematics of Ye Olde Swiffer. A broom, or Swiffer or Swifter, because it's Swifter. The broom that is truly faster. It's the sort of knowledge that was lost to the ages. Maybe, in prehistoric times, they were built much faster and better, but that was dangerous, and so wizards, made safer versions for mass consumption.
Yeah, I think after getting kicked out of, every bar in Gallic for hustling the beer pong tables, Chet has turned to broom racing as sort of his hobby.
Nice character development. Yeah. We learned something new about Chet today. He got into broom racing. So, knowing that there's only one place in Quelmar that might have this ancient knowledge, maybe dusty on a stack on the 14th floor in a back corner, you began the long process of gaining entry to the ArchCrystal Tower. You began the process of gaining entry about 14 months ago. And finally, as many know, entry into the tower is extremely prohibitive. With such a complete archive, you can't just let anybody walk in. It is, in that way, also kind of like the Library of Congress. So, as you arrive today, Chet, I'm going to put you in this room here, where
Can you just say the name of the tower again? Is it the ArchCrystal Tower or Arch?
ArchCrystal
Tower.
It makes a K sound, but it's actually spelled ARCH. Arch.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that always struck me as odd, but Dean invented it, and I'm not going to question Dean.
It was 7 years ago.
That's your only defense.
My spelling was different.
That's going to be the defense for this entire thing. It was 7 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to put you in this room here with a couple of ArchCrystal scholars and also a Minotaur, because as everyone knows, a good library has to have at least one Minotaur on staff. Let's see. Give me a couple scholars. There we go. And they present you with one last piece of bureaucracy that needs to be filed. It is the little form that they've got laid out, a little, almost like a floating scroll that hovers before you. It's got your name inscribed on it, and there's all sorts of little details, notes they've taken on who you are and why you're here and what you're looking for. As part of the application process, you have had to, whether truthfully or not, tell them what you're looking for. And so all that detail will be there, but more importantly is the file underneath. There's a bunch of little yes or no checkmark questions that need to be answered. And before you can lay your eyes or even start reading the questions, there is the sound of a sort of apparition. And the scholar in front of you, an Illumian, who is a magical being who is bald and has sigils like arcane letters and wording that hover like planets around his celestial bald head. When the apparition sound happens, he tightens up, he clenches, and he looks to the other one, and they look back and forth for a second. And you can faintly hear him utter under his breath, "Oh no." As it seems a specter or ghost has floated into the room. Niebelung, Mr. Victor Haldrickler, there is a problem with the ArchCrystal Tower recently. Now, as we know, as you described, you've been pursuing the infinite void of knowledge to learn everything. And that includes, obviously, reading everything in the tower. A act that, so far, 4 centuries in the making, is going well. Give me a D6, Dean.
2.
You estimate that in another 200 years, you'll probably have gotten them all. But that process, that mission has been interrupted, as recently books have been disappearing off of shelves, which is annoying. And you're not sure who has been taking them. You've never caught anyone in the act yet. But that has made you a bit protective of the stacks, especially when an outsider like this... I mean, Chet, describe yourself.
Chet looks like Guy Fieri. He's wearing flame-based robes, just some flames on the end that go up to like black around the shoulders, and then more flames as like a mantle on the shoulders, and then some spiky frosted tips.
So, this creature has walked into the library and now expects to do a little light reading. No doubt, definitely one of the more out of place and weirder people to walk in, which only gives you more reason to be suspicious. When you arrive, when you float or teleport or apparate or however you appear, let's get a quick description maybe of the ghost that Chet sees quickly approaching him.
So you see, he's still robed, but his body is, well, his body-ish thing is kind of in the colors of like blue and white. His eyes are pure white, almost ghost-like there's no soul there.
Just a little
he does wear like robes and capes. But he's bald, almost like the center of a solar system, like the sun. And various things float around his head almost like planets.
Well, that's a good description. I never really thought to describe an Illumian like that. That's clever. And so you approach this blonde-tipped, flaming-robed frat boy, for all intents and purposes. And it looks like he is about to gain entry into the stacks, and he is looking over the final little checklist that he needs to make. Now, this checklist, you know, a lot of people fail the final step because it was built to ensure only the worthy enter the stacks. And so you can see the checklist over, maybe over the Illumian's shoulder, you know, where you know, it's floating there between the two of you. I'm going to pull it up here. And then I'm going to turn the scene over to you as both of you lay eyes on the checklist for the first time. Hold on, I want the other one. I want the little one. There we go. All right, so now you should both be able to see it. Take it away.
Are you
okay. Are you a dragon or a lich?
I need to fill these out? All right, I thought it was...
Well, I don't need to fill it out. I work here.
So why would you need to know that if I'm a dragon or a lich?
Because I need to know what I'm looking at. Are you a dragon with frosted tips or a lich with frosted tips?
That's fair. I am neither a dragon or a lich.
Neither? Okay. Have you been to Petrus in the last 6 months?
I have not been to Petrus, nor have I been to Terrace.
Oh, shit, it is Terrace. Where did I get Petrus from? Yikes.
Well, no, I've been in Gallic. Should I have gone to Terrace?
I don't know. We'll see. Where did those frosted tips come from?
I've got a stylist, like, down in the fashion district. So I can set you up, but I feel like you wouldn't really need it due to the no hair.
Are you carrying an artifact? Any artifacts on you?
Can you define artifact?
Yes. I give him the big
definition of an artifact. Sure. So maybe like any sort of unique magical item.
I mean, yeah, can't you tell I'm wearing my fancy robe of useful things, and also I've got this broom.
Fancy
I mean, this is what
subjective.
Huh?
Fancy is a little subjective.
True. But I've got this broom, so this broom is actually what I'm doing research on, so I need to bring it in.
Broom? Are you some type of witch?
No, I'm a wizard. But,
oh.
You know, they're broom races. And not only witches, broom race. So...
I'll say... I'm going to add this real fast. So when obviously since it's like check boxes, the Illumian would have handed you a pen at some point, Chet. My question is, does Chet still have the pen? I'm not sure who has the pen at this point.
I think I don't. If you're okay with
I was under the impression he couldn't read. I mean, he comes in here with a broom. What a broom. I didn't know if he was coming to clean the place.
So we see the quill get handed off to Chet, but then 2 scenes later it cuts and Niebelung's the one holding the mark. So then in that case, Dean, it's going to be your job to tell me which ones to cross off. I've got it set up here so that I can check off, any of these.
So he's not dragon nor lich. So let's put an X on that.
No, I think don't put an X on that. Don't put an X on that.
No, X. Oh, well, are we doing check or X?
Hey there, ghost who I don't know the name of yet. Please don't check that I am a dragon or a lich.
Oh yeah, we'll just leave it blank. Okay, so I guess we'll put a check on number 5. He is carrying an artifact. According to him, some fancy robe of yakety yak upon yakety yak. Are you a member of the Garlic Burger?
No, I am a follower of Innis's food blog, which mentions Garlic burgers every once in a while, but not spelled like this. Yeah, so no, not a member of the Garlic Burgers.
Okay, no, I didn't check question 4 or question 6. Let's skip that.
Click here to
Check here
agree.
to agree. Check here to agree not to check 20. What's 26 and 28?
Well, 27 and 28 will have to go there first. 27, I have checked an odd number of questions.
I've checked it. Okay, well,
So
right now we're on
don't check that. Wait, go back to
I guess
don't check number 8. Have you read this question more than once? Are you carrying more than 10 or less than 3 weapons? Yes. Check that one.
Okay. And how many are you carrying? Are you carrying more than 10 or less than 3?
That's not the question.
But no, I can ask a question off the paper there.
Well, all right. I thought these were the only questions I had to... Okay. So, I guess 1? Just my wand?
Okay. So that broom is not a weapon.
I'd prefer it not to be.
All right. We'll see.
Is this the whole thing, James? Just this checklist?
Okay. Check here. If we did not. Okay, so we did not check 7. So we'll check 11 because we didn't check 7.
Yeah. Thank you, Ghost, for helping me with this. I really thought you were just going to hand this over and let me go at it, but you're being very helpful. I appreciate it.
Well, I was under the impression that you were ignorant. So check here for 12. Now, if you check 9, did you not check... What's with these riddle ones? Did you not check 2? We didn't check 9, nor did we check 2. Have you not been... Have you not been to Brim?
Did you read question 9 again?
No, I only read it once.
Okay, good. I'm just wondering. I mean, I remember that question due to my great memory. So.
No, you don't. Hold on. Here we go. First roll of the game. Chet Sexton, you are going to give me a Sage check. So, is Sage one of your 6 dice skills?
Yes.
So,
it's 4. I don't think that matters.
Oh, hold on. So it's the number 4. You didn't put Sage 4 times.
No. Wait, we were allowed to do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I chose 6 different ones.
Which is okay. Some characters are really versatile, and some characters are, they double down, right?
Okay.
So, you're going to give me... This is an easy check, because you only just read it a minute ago. So you're going to roll 66, and you're going to see if any of them are 4. And that will allow you to remember question 9 without actually reading question 9 again. Gotta get some dice in here somewhere.
I did. I rolled 1 4.
All right, great. You've only read question 9 once. Nobody here has read question 9 more than once.
All right.
I am curious. Have you been to Brim during the winter?
If I remember the story of Ancients Alive, we were stuck in Brem during the winter, no?
So yes.
Yeah, I've been to Brem during the winter.
You said you were stuck there?
Yeah.
Trapped as a prisoner?
No, like we caused the winter.
You caused the winter.
Yeah, you remember when it was winter for like 7-ish years ago?
I've been in this tower for several years. I don't remember.
The entire Arctic autumn, Niebelung would have just missed it. He would have been inside the whole time.
Yeah, I stayed warm. And then died.
Good. Oh, well. I was going to say good for you, but I guess that's not so good.
I really wonder if that's canonically how Niebelung died. Is he was stuck inside reading so many books he was like, oh, I forgot to eat.
Stayed warm and then died.
Can a dragon turtle drag a turtle? Can a dragon turtle drag a turtle? That's one of the great questions of our Sphinx, actually.
Yes, I don't see why that would be a checkbox.
That's not for you to determine what should be a checkbox, sir.
Okay.
We'll check it, though. Have you never used a pseudonym before? Do you know what a pseudonym is?
I do know what a pseudonym is. I have never used a pseudonym before. I have always been Chet Sexton. So, check that one.
All right. Is the answer to 13 and 9 a lie?
No, of course not. Next question.
Are you carrying any large livestock? No.
No.
Have you ever checked question 1? Oh, if you checked question 1, verify you checked 29.
I did not check question 1.
Have you ever picked a lock? Faster.
Yes.
Oh, you're a thief.
No. That's not the question.
No, that's not the question that you see. But that is the question, however, I asked. Are you some type of thief, Chet Sexton?
Of course not.
Are you lying?
No.
Some of my books have gone missing, and all of a sudden, here comes some frosted tip guy want to know about a broom.
Well, how would I have gotten them? I've been outside for 14 months.
Is there someone who can verify you've been out there for 14 months?
Ask any. I've been camping outside.
I asked my Minotaur. Has he been outside for 14 months?
The Minotaur
doesn't know.
Yeah, Minotaur shrugs.
The Minotaur doesn't know. What do you got to say for yourself, Chet Sexton?
I guess no one can know but me.
Okay. Are you currently filling out a form?
No, I...
Did he...
Oh!
Did he...
He
Did he escape? I knew that. See? That thief. Get him, Minotaur.
I'll take us. We're going to get Brendan back in here. And we'll be right back, folks. We're off to a great start. Oh. All right, I've just... We're back online. Here we are. All right.
All right.
All right. How do you feel about I think, therefore I am?
Is the question, how do I feel about it?
Okay, that's a good answer. Check. I know the story of the wide nut.
Of Wide Newt. Of course I know the story of Wide Newt.
Okay. Can you verify that I've answered question 11 incorrectly?
What was question 11? Chet Sexton? You need another sage check?
Yeah, question 11 was one of the question 9 or 2 things. Question 11 was a question 9 thing. Alright, give me a check.
Alright, yeah, so it'll be a sage check. Let's see it. Looking for 4.
How many dice?
We'll make this 6 again. These things are pretty trivial.
Alright, let's do it.
And this is also because you guys are both, geniuses in your own right. If it was any normal person, I'd make it harder. But if Chet and Niebelung didn't both have photographic memory, I'd be very surprised.
Yep, 4.
So thinking back to number 11, but not going back and reading number 11, you vaguely remember it being the one that said, check here if you did not check 7.
Alright, so I cannot verify I have answered question 11 incorrectly.
You want to check the double negatives in that statement, sir?
Well, I can't check that one.
You can't not check it.
I can't check it either.
All right, Sexton. All right.
Do you think I should check it?
I asked the question, Sexton.
Oh, all right.
Have you... Okay. True or false? I have not talked to books before.
False. I definitely have talked to books.
Oh, okay. I've also talked to books.
All right. Good stuff.
Huh. Look at that.
All right, check that
So
one.
you don't remember number 9?
Wait, don't check that one. Questions 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11 are prime. 11 a prime number? Yeah,
Yes.
11's a prime number.
Yes, we'll check that.
Hey. Yeah, okay. We'll check that.
Yes, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11 are prime numbers.
Yes. Okay.
And you're a genius, right?
I of course
Nice.
am a genius of runes and
All right.
such.
So to your memory, have we checked an odd number of questions or even?
I don't remember. Let's go back and count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've checked an even number of questions.
Which by then, once we check that one, we've actually checked an odd number of questions, which means we've actually checked an odd number.
Right,
We'll actually
so...
go back to us checking an even number of questions. So actually,
Exactly.
double check even.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. If we're going in this sequentially, if we're doing this checklist sequentially, then by the time by the time we get to I have checked an odd number of questions, that is false.
We'll go to check 28. We'll check 28 and we'll leave 27. How's that?
So we can go back?
No.
We can't go back once we've... Okay.
Not unless the form has instructed us to go back. For example,
I see.
Go back to check. Do you remember number 9?
Of course I remember number 9.
Brendan, I'm gonna need an easy stage check. Let's see if you still remember number 9. It's gonna be 6 dice.
One of these times I'm gonna fail and have to read it again. All right, another 4. There we go.
Yeah, you remember number 9.
All right, well, there we go. So, what question?
As good as this has been, I'm gonna need you to say the following statement out of your own lips, Mr. Sexton.
All right.
I am not going to steal your books.
I am not going to steal your books.
Okay. Is there an insight in this game of this one?
There is personality is sort of the, reading and person. But you don't need to make a check because I do not believe Sexton is lying. We'll find out.
Check this if you did not check question 25. Why is it? Okay, we'll check it because we didn't check 25.
Right.
Don't check this if you didn't check question 29.
Okay.
Okay.
And but it doesn't say check this. It doesn't say check this if you did check 29.
Right. So we're going to check it because we did check 29.
No. It doesn't say don't check. It doesn't say check this if you did check 29. It only says don't check this if you didn't check 29.
Right. So when you take a double negative and you cancel them out, it says check this if you check 29.
No, see, that's the reverse fallacy right there. If you reverse it, then it's not the same. Don't check this if you didn't check 29. It's not the same as check this. Look, all I'm saying is if you want to fill it out.
All right, and we're going to get our first contesting check of today. So in a contest in the Atris system, you guys are both going to roll for you guys are both going to be rolling for Sage. And you're going to
How many times did you choose save?
Huh?
How many times did you choose Sage?
I got Sage twice.
Oh man. All right.
So you're going to roll, let's make this easy because this is still trivial. It's just paperwork. So you guys are both going to roll 66, and you're going to count the number of successes.
And the successes matches the number next to the Sage, correct?
Correct. Either of your Sages. Gotcha. So if you've got 1 and 2, you're going to count all 1s and 2s.
Got you. Thank you. Botched. 1. 2. Okay. 2 successes.
Also 2 successes. 2 4s.
Formidable. Another round of 6.
Let's do it.
Another round. Okay, that's botched. Botched. 1 success.
1 success.
Another
round of 6.
After you guys stand there staring and philosophizing at each other for another 5 minutes, eventually the Illumian...
2 full 6-packs of beer. Talking about this.
Yeah, the 2 Illumians who are standing guard there get tired of listening to 10 minutes of philosophizing double negatives and the implicit definitions of what is needed here. And eventually the scroll itself just sort of rolls itself up and disappears. And they bow slightly to you, Chet. And they give Niebelung a little bit of side-eye, kind of like a little bit of worry and a little bit of judgment. And they both sort of step aside. And there is now... I'll go ahead and I'll take the test down. I've got buttons for this. There we go. The doors are open ahead of you. There are... let me describe what you see, actually, as you step past the guards and towards these 2 arches or portals on the far wall. You see 2 stone doors are stone-rimmed doors, but the interior is a sort of a glazed, almost like a lens effect, like it's sort of half blurry, half magnified, and beyond it you can see what might be a shelf, a library, a stack, a room of items. But above each door is a word written in Illumian sigils, which you have already studied as the brilliant Chet Sexton you are, so you can translate them. The two doors say historical on the left, fictional on the right.
So, am I free to go? Did I get in?
Yeah, I'll just say one of the Illumians looks up after having sort of bowed in split ways. Yes, Mr. Sexton, you may have access in pursuit of your knowledge.
Oh, sick.
But remember, you will not steal any books.
Well, of course not. Why would I steal any books? But
don't ask that.
Maybe,
we're done with questions.
Maybe do you want to come with me to make sure that I don't steal any books?
You think I wasn't going to watch you? I'm watching you like a hawk.
All right.
A bird that kind of, a bird that stalks its prey.
I'm aware of what a hawk is. How do you think I got this hairstyle?
Niebelung has no idea if hawks even exist anymore. It's been 400 years. The outside world has changed.
Right. There's been a winter in Brim all of a sudden. I don't know.
A hawk? We haven't had hawks in 2,000 years.
You haven't had a hawk in 2 millennia? We need to update the hawk section.
Two doors, Chet.
It was a jest.
2 doors.
Ghost friend, what is your name?
It says historical and fiction.
Okay, fine. You don't want to. All right, I'm going. I'll go. This is historical. I'm going through historical. I call you Ghost.
Oh.
You can refer to me as Niebelung.
All right. Well, thank you for your help, Niebelung, in answering those questions. I must be off to my own pursuits. Now we'll go through the historical door. Since, as far as I am aware, this is a historical broom that I'm searching for.
Yes, it is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the ArchCrystal generator here, and the first room we're going to go into. All right, that is going to be this room. So we're going to do that. And enter the ArchCrystal Tower. Ooh, yeah, fancy, right? A little bit of information about the ArchCrystal Tower. Chet Sexton, since you would have done your research. Niebelung knows all this already. The ArchCrystal Tower, let's clear that board real fast. Oops, do that so you can see it. The ArchCrystal Tower, even if though it is 30 floors high or so, it is not 30 rooms high. In fact, the interior of it is a densely packed set of chambers that are all, massive room-sized chambers that are on various systems of rails and ropes and girders that all sort of squeeze past each other at perfect angles, perfect architecture, like Tetris blocks, constantly rearranging and shifting, such that when you walk through the doors, you are not actually teleporting into new chambers, but in fact, the next room has lined itself up just in time for you to walk in to the next chamber. So you are basically casually and effortlessly skirting through this incredible set of rooms. And so you have stepped into the first chamber here, which I have a fun little generator that tells me what it is. And it is one of these O-shaped chambers. Now, let's put you guys on the board. When you enter, you are in the first of, you would know that there are many, 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 many rooms. And what do you do?
I look for the broom section, of course.
Look for the broom section. Go ahead and give me...
There's gotta be a whole section on brooms, right?
Give me a hunt check. Do you have hunt as one of your skills?
No.
Excellent. So, what this means is you're going to be making a luck roll. In Atris, a luck roll is defined as rolling 2d6 and crossing your fingers and hoping you get doubles. That is the only way you can succeed on a check that you do not have. So you're going to give me basically a lucky hunt roll.
All right, let's do it.
Cross your fingers for doubles.
Nope.
Figures. So, with a failed hunt roll, you spend a decent amount of time, Niebelung, watching him as he scours the shelves carefully, trying to pick out, what is the subject matter here. And it is all historical stuff, but it is not nearly as specific to artifacts, brooms, schematics, blueprints, magic items, microwave beeps. It is... I hear you. It's all way, way, way off the mark. You get through another couple shelves and you realize that there's no way that what you're looking for would be in this room. However, because you did fail that check, you do find something else, which is as you are reaching for what looks to be maybe a book on magic items, it just very unsuspiciously says magic items in bold letters on the spine. As you reach out for it, it jumps off the shelf. It's not nearly this big. I'll make it nice and small for you. There you go. And let's pick a quadrant. Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Where were you searching when this book jumped off the shelf at you?
Top left.
Top left. So you were somewhere over here looking at these shit books when suddenly you are attacked by a sort of aggressive... Actually, let me see. I can probably make it even smaller than that. An aggressive book attacks you.
Whoa.
And Niebelung, I can put you just sort of in the middle here, floating, watching. Chet went for the wrong book. You saw it probably coming. But his dumbass reached for it anyway. Who would put a book called Magic Items next to a section on the genealogy of lizards? Obviously one of the many mimics that live in this library. And so we're going to go ahead and start a quick battle against this little book mimic. Starting with me, because I surprised you. So, in Atris, battles are done via conflict rolls, kind of like the Sage roll we did earlier. The difference is you're not going to be rolling one of your skills, you're going to be rolling the conflict type of that skill. So I'll be asking for a melee, a ranged, or a supernatural roll. And then Brendan's going to disappear again. So I'll explain it. I'll just explain it to Dean, I guess.
How supernatural works.
That's right. Now you see him. Now you don't. Let me just double check, make sure we can get so we'll be right back. We'll go get Brendan. We'll come right back.
Is going out. So.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. It's you demonstrating your magical ability to cast Blink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that gets me out of this combat, right?
Well, we'll see. So Hopefully you might either note or remember, or you wrote it down, or if you didn't, I'll tell you what it is. But each skill has a check. It's either a melee skill, a ranged skill, or a supernatural skill. In conflict, I'll say something like, in this case, he is going to come bite you. So you can give me, Brendan, a contesting melee check. I'm going to make this a hard one because you were surprised. So you're going to give me 2d6, and you're going to see if any of your skills are melee skills. If you need a reminder, I believe the melee ones are
I don't think I have any melee. Oh, I have vitality. I have vitality.
Okay, there you go. Yes. Okay. Excellent. So you're going to give me a contesting... It's because you're going to roll 2d6, and you're going to try to hope you get a vitality. And I am going to roll the generic monster attack, which is 6d6.
Hey, I got one.
I got 2 successes. How many did you get?
Just one.
Just one? So in that case, he's still going to hit you. You are going to take a wound. No, you're here, Dean. I got you. Dean? Did we lose Dean?
We might have lost Dean.
We might have lost Dean now? Okay, well, we don't need Dean. The book jumps off the shelf and suddenly rears open, gets you, bites you, and you're going to take a wound. So in this game, a wound is a check mark next to your 6 skills. You're going to pick one of them and check it off. So you can take a maximum of 6 wounds during the game.
Cool. I will check technopathy.
Excellent. So that can just reflect anything from, like, it bit your bag, which had a book with a manual on technopathy. It could be it hit you in the head. You're a little concussed. You don't remember technopathy. But in some way, shape, or form, that bite is going to make it harder for you to make those technopathy checks and put you 1/6 of the way towards passing out. So now I'm going to take it to... do either of you have agility as any of your skills?
I do.
Then we're going to take it to Niebelung. It is your turn, Niebelung. You see the book is chomping away at the library guest. What do you do?
With my 6 seconds of talk, look out! And then,
Thanks!
So I want to non-lethally do some damage to the book.
Okay, sure.
There's a book.
Yep.
I'm a little biased.
Yep. So you'll look at your sheet, and in any sort of weapons or powers or abilities that you have, we will translate to a roll. So if your sheet says that you're a mystic, we can make that a psionic attack. If your sheet says you can cast a certain spell, you can cast it and we'll translate it. So it's sort of like narrative comes first, and then we'll make the roll out of it.
Okay, so as a mystic, I would do psionic.
Excellent. So
is that like a supernatural attack?
And it would be a supernatural. So now we're going to do contesting supernaturals. You're going to make it, it's going to be normal, so it's going to be 3 dice for you.
Okay.
But I want to take this time early on to remind you guys, in Atris, the number of dice you roll is not the final number. So anytime that you're asked to roll, I want you to just go ahead and take a look and see if you can make that number better or worse for yourself. As explained on the right-hand side of the sheet, the number of dice you roll can go up or down based on your baggage, your cliche, your species. In this case, Dean, does anything on your sheet relate to fighting books, relate to casting psionic power, relate to...
I took a baggage as I have the ability to live within the world of books and possess them.
Then yes, I would absolutely say that this is going to make it easier. So you're going to go from 3 dice to 6 dice. You're going to do 6 dice of supernatural. So you'll count any successes of that supernatural skills that you have, and I will do the book to contest.
Real quick.
Yes.
So for every trait that was like combat style supernatural, that's a winning number. That's a successful number. Example. I also took occult, right? So occult is supernatural.
You'll need to pick one of them. So if you have sage and occult, pick either sage or occult.
Okay.
So you can't do both of them. You have to pick one of them.
I'll do sage because sage is twice on my successes here.
Great. And I'm going to do enemy roll.
Botched. Okay, 1 success. And okay, I got 1 success.
I got 1 success as well. So in this case, defender wins. You're coming at it. It's defending itself. So you'll shoot a little blast of psionic energy that'll skirt off the face of the book. It'll shake a little bit in the air before falling to the ground. And then you see it sort of open its mouth and start to go for Chet's leg. And is that it? Did you want to... we can kind of roughly be like, okay, you can move too. So if you wanted to move and do that, or...
Yeah, so let's move, I guess, closer to the conflict.
Sure. I'll put you over here behind the book. And Chet, we finally made it to you. You did see, just to note, this ghost did try to stop the book. He clearly shot some sort of energy at it, but it just deflected off. And now it is your turn. The book's on the ground. It's going for your foot.
Oh, all right. I'm just going to go ahead and jump on it.
Okay, that would be some sort of melee check, I imagine. So vitality would be what you're rolling for?
Yeah.
Now, does anything in your sheet make this easier? It would start at 3. It could go up.
So how about my familiar, Dale,
yeah,
helping me out here, trying to wrap up the book in his little snake form.
That's brilliant. That's right. Oh, he is a snake. I forgot he was a snake.
Sometimes. He likes being a snake the best.
That's right. He was a snake very often. So yeah, so exactly. So that's how narratively you can take a role that would be very hard and boring, I jump on the book, and make it easier and more exciting. You have Dale come out, and he starts to wrap up the book while you're trying to stomp it. So that's going to be 6.
I'm shooting for, I guess, vitality. That's my only melee.
I got 2 successes, so you're going to need to get 2 vitalities or more.
Vitality is a 5. I got 2.
Excellent. I'll say you hit it anyway, even though, because I just like the idea of Dale helping you out here. So with that, it wraps it up. You stomp it down, and it just sort of falters and squishes. Pages fly out of its mouth, and it shape shifts a little bit into now just a little squaggly, muddy-looking flesh lump, no longer resembling a book, and it is dead, and we are out of battle.
Whoa. Forgot about the mimics.
You told me you only had 1 weapon.
Yeah.
Where the hell did that snake come from?
Snake's not a weapon.
It's wrapped around one of my books.
This isn't a book. This is a mimic.
You don't tell me that mimic identifies as a book, sir.
That mimic is... that's really splitting hairs. You know?
It's splitting pages. It's been splitting pages since your snake wrapped its claws around my knowledge.
All right. Well, this is Dale.
Did Dale fill out a questionnaire at the bottom?
Dale filled out the same exact questions as me.
And who can attest to that?
I guess anyone who knew that I had Dale.
Good Lord, that's a gigantic snake.
Big is actual size.
Yeah, no, it's not that big.
Here's Dale.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dale.
Okay. But yes, as far as you can tell, this is not the room that you're going to find a broom.
Well,
fun fact, in ancient times, one thing that a broom was been known to do is sweep.
You know what? I'll give you guys a little buddy point for every fun fact we get today, because this is a game about nerds. There you go. We're now a hair closer to being friends after sharing that fact.
Does that snake speak English?
The snake understands English.
Can it speak it?
No.
Can it nod its head?
I think you can ask Dale that question.
Dale, you will not steal any books in this ArchCrystal Tower. Nod.
Dale nods.
All right, now back into your little Pokeball or whatever you just came out of.
Dale will just wrap around my shoulders there. Well, thank you for the help with the book. Sorry, the mimic. The book.
Well, what did the book say? Didn't the book have a title?
I don't know.
Its name was Magic Items, by the way.
The book's name was Magic Items?
Yeah, the book has a name just like Dale. Its name was Magic Items.
Well, maybe it would be useful to read it then.
Do you try to pick up the muddy flesh lump of the dead mimic on the ground?
Yeah.
It does not have any pages or legible words.
Looks like it doesn't have any pages, Niebelung the ghost. I don't know how it can be a book.
What say you, Niebelung?
Huh?
What say you?
I say there's got to be something about brooms in here somewhere.
Floating all walking away.
Right. I mean, if you say so, yeah.
Let's keep looking.
So there are two doors besides the one that you entered in this chamber. One on the far left and far right walls. I'll put. You can look at this one. You can look at this one. The words on these doors say texts and guides. So one is texts and the other is guides.
Well, maybe in the guides room we can find a index of the tower books that will lead us to the magic items section.
Well, yeah. But maybe in the text, you'll find a schematic you were looking for about racing brooms.
True.
What will you do?
I think I'll... If you're confident in that, then I'll go to the texts. I mean, I feel like that's a good idea. No? Yeah.
You wish to do text?
You think it's a good idea? You know this library better than I do, so...
Yes, but I know information for information's sake.
Good. I'll go to the texts.
So, I just generated the text room. If you're curious, I do have just like a cute little website that tells me what it looks like. So it is a randomly generated dungeon. And ironically enough, it is a room identical in this layout. So I'm going to basically just have you guys come out the opposite door here. So this is a new room. There is no book over here. But there is another Illumian Scholar in here. So I do put one of these guys in here. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Looking for... No. Oh! When you walk in... Oh, this will be fun. When you walk into this room, you can see that the scholar's looking up from some book that they're reading. And they hold a little finger to their mouth, like hush. And you immediately can tell that this chamber does indeed have some sort of silence enchantment cast on it. So, my question is to either of you, are either of you telepathic?
Is that technopathy in this world?
No, that would be like magic and runes and technology. Techno.
Got you.
Telepathic would be something your characters would have from their original campaigns. It's not something special to Atris.
So yeah, so for D&D's sake, yes, a Scion Mystic was telepathic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So so we can say Niebelung was a telepath in his campaign. Niebelung is a telepath here.
Yeah.
But that
do familiars have telepathy through the Find Familiar spell? I think so.
If they do, it would only be to you, I imagine.
Right.
The actual Find Familiar spell, and sure, we can be nerds and we can look it up. This is a whole game about
I can find I can communicate with Dale telepathically, but not with anyone else.
Yeah. So, in this quiet chamber, the only way you can talk to the ghost is if the ghost telepathically opens that sort of channel. So, Dean, that means you are, unfortunately, in control of the conversation. But otherwise, Chet, you are here in chamber number 2. Who knows how many chambers it'll take to find it? Would you like to see if it's here?
I mean, last time I tried, I got eaten by a mimic, so I think I'll just go ahead and let Niebelung take the lead. Since Niebelung seems to know about where all the magic book items are, I'll go like...
I mentally say, what? What's all this movement you're doing?
Can I respond to this? I'll think real hard. I don't know what I'm really looking for except for brooms. You seem to know your way around. Could you help me?
Why won't you talk back to me? Chat.
I don't think I can.
Are you waiting for him to open a channel independently of yours? I see.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to contact. So what I do?
Okay, here we go. I'll hold up Dale and go.
No, I'm not hungry, but hold on. I'm gonna try to connect with the other one in the room. So Niebelung mentally talks to the other
Illumian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Illumian, yeah. So Illumian. Oh, Chris, how are you? Chris, my idiot friend here is looking for a text on or schematic on magical brooms. He wants to do some drag racing out in the world. You know how the idiots are.
Have you passed through the crafted chamber?
The crafted chamber. That's section 77441.
Yes, if you're coming from the peaceful chamber, it is. I don't know if this path takes you through the peaceful chamber, but I have to imagine if you haven't passed the crafted chamber, schematics are almost certainly through that way. Okay. Which chamber did you come from? This is one of the text chambers.
Historical.
So you've just arrived. Historical to texts. This is your second chamber? Oh, you've got a long way to go, friend.
Oof. Can you go ahead and just give me that path there? So it's historical, then it's text, then it's...
Well, he looks to the two door. Well, he looks to the one door he can see across the way. The other door is behind this shelf. But this door, opposite you guys, says imbued, and the other door that you're a ghost, so you can just walk through walls. This door says null. So you've got the imbued room and the null room.
But you recommend imbued, right? Because null is more like null and void.
What kind of room was this?
The path on our way to magical witch brooms.
Oh, magic, yes. It's an imbued broom, so I imagine imbued is probably the way forward.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. And Chris, have you learned something new today?
You ask that every time. What do you think?
Just checking. We here at the ArchCrystal, information is fresh, yes?
Information is fresh, as we say.
All right. I give Chris a nod, and then I go back to Sexton. Chet, right? Chet. And then I do a little wibbly wobbly he was doing earlier, and I just do this. Can you hear me? Just nod. Follow me. And then I go through a wall just to see if he's in
Excellent. Yeah, you can just go through the wall back here. We'll just put you back there. Yeah, that's gonna put you like in the clear cut room. You're pretty sure you see a couple of books. Yeah, this is a clear cut chamber. People get to this chamber by following a door called clear cut. But you turn around and you don't see Chet coming through any walls, unless Chet has the ability to walk through walls.
Nope.
Here's my
Do
question,
you want me
Brendan.
to roll for it?
Does Chet try? Is there a moment of hesitation where Chet is like, "Can I?"
I think it's like I'll look at the Illuminari. I'll look at the Illuminari and be like,
He's just gonna shake his head.
I go back through the wall and I was like, oh yeah.
just as I'm walking through trying to walk through the wall.
Yeah, you guys pass.
Yeah, I forgot. Well, let's go around.
Okay.
And I point towards the imbued door.
Yeah, and we'll take you over to the imbued. So Chet, here's the lesson you're learning how this strange Dewey Decimal System works. Is the next chamber we walk into will be all of the books that are historical imbued texts. So it's like every descriptor narrows down the stack more and more and more. So in theory, these books are all of the books that are historical in texts, but are neither imbued nor null. They can't be in the next chamber because they don't fit into either category.
Gotcha. So this next chamber that we're going into is all of the historical texts that are imbued. The texts themselves are imbued. Okay.
So the next chamber is...
Wait, I'm interested in the null texts. The walls of blank pages.
Some pages are left blank intentionally.
Okay, so next chamber is going to be this one. Let's take us into this room. It's going to be the eye room. And then let's put an eye door down. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you guys are going to come out the far end here. Gotta grab you again. There we go. And you find yourself in a very straight and narrow hallway of books. I'm going to take a quick look and see what's inside, but then, okay, good to know. What would you like to do as you enter the imbued historical texts?
Yeah, so what I was trying to say was that you can talk to my familiar telepathically. My familiar can relay it to me, then I can relay my information back to the familiar. Oh, but then it wouldn't be able to get to you again. But then
You can always just open your mouth and talk to me now. We're talking now.
I guess now, but how many silent rooms are there?
Multiple. This is a library.
All right. So I guess we'll have to figure something out.
Can you write down things in English?
I can write down things in common.
Oh, you're one of those.
Or Elvish, or Sylvan, or Goblinoid, or Abyssal.
Oh, not Primordial? Oh, it sucks to be you. But I also know Elvish, Common, Primordial, Abyssal, Fish, Sylvan.
I've been meaning to learn Fish.
Huh?
It seems like a really interesting one.
Oh, the Fish is great. Have you ever been to Terrace?
Not in the last 6 months.
Fun fact, a very small tribe of aquatic humanoids, I guess you'll call them, speak fish. But it's in a very small pond in Terrace.
Oh, so only that one pond speaks it?
I mean, it's spoken all around the realm, but in Terrace, it's that small pond.
Ah, gotcha. I'll have to go there.
Very prolific in Amusa, but in Terrace, only that pond.
Only one pond. All right, so we are looking for a...
I don't know if you noticed, but as you go into each room, as we go through each category, these books add the traits of the room before it. So
Right.
we're now in historical texts that are imbued. You understand?
I do understand.
All right.
And I'm looking for a schematic on how to build a magic flying broom that is super fast.
Sure. So do you begin your search?
I don't think it's going to be an imbued text. I think we just got to keep going to the next one. I mean, I don't even want to touch these books. They're imbued. What are they imbued with?
Well, you do know the next room will also have imbued text historically. You get it?
Right.
So you may as well touch books now.
Because I'm going to have to touch imbued books eventually.
There you go. And here
Unless
I
we go
thought
back-
the snake had the brain.
Unless we go back to the guide's room, and then I don't have to touch any imbued books.
You want to go back?
Now I guess we'll look here. I think if you think this is the right way...
That's right. Because we don't go
All
back
right.
and read question 9 again, do we?
Of course not, because then we'll have to check it, and then we'll have to check question 28.
Very good.
And then we'll have to check question 27 again.
Sure. You might want to find the schematic.
Who's searching for the schematic here? Is it just Chet?
No, I'll search with him. It's just this conversation.
Okay. All right.
You
so
sure you don't want to just keep doing this for like the next 4 hours or something?
we really could. We really could. So with Niebelung's help, what that means is, Chet, you have access to Niebelung's skills as well. Niebelung, do you have Hunt as one of your skills?
Unfortunately, I do not.
So Chet, even with Niebelung's help, right now at least, you will still be making a luck
Now,
roll.
these are imbued books. I'm wondering if maybe I can feel the magic energies around here. And maybe try to with my broom, use my broom as a scrying focus to try to point me towards a book imbued with flying.
Okay. So is that going to give you a Hunt skill?
No, but I maybe could use occult instead.
You want to use Occult instead of Hunt? That's an interesting theory. You're going to go ahead and give me a luck roll, Brendan.
All right, let's do it.
We are hunting for a book. We are not occulting for a book.
Are you sure we're not occulting for a book? All right. Nope.
Yeah. Unfortunately for you, because this is hilarious. So this is just sort of serendipitous. This wasn't on purpose, but it does say that there are 6 mimics in this chamber, which checks out if it's a room full of imbued books. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 6 mimics in the room, but then I'm going to ask what you want to do at that point. As they all start to feel around and see which maybe you are using the broom. Maybe you're taking the broom and you're sort of prodding at the shelves, but every time you prod, another book's fallen off, following you around the room. What do you want to do?
I don't want to deal with these mimics. I want to hop on my broom and head towards the end of the room.
Excellent. I'll go ahead and give you a fly speed here. And now we're both flying, and we'll fly over the mimics. Would you like to know what the next 2 doors say?
Of course.
Arcane and mundane.
All right. Niebelung, I'm going through the arcane door. Do you want to come with or handle all the mimics?
My turn. Are we in is it a turn-based thing?
We didn't enter combat because Chet fled instead. If you want to, you can engage them, and I'll start the combat up.
Hold on. Just wanted to know what state we were in right now.
Yeah.
I look confused because I'm like, well, if you know how to fly on the broom, what is the schematic supposed to do? Seems like you already... But then I turn to a mimic, and this mimic... Do I know the mimics?
Do I know this mimic?
Is this, the
give me a luck. Give me a luck roll. We'll see. If you get doubles, you know this mimic. It's a good friend of yours. It's from another chamber.
Oh my god! I got 2.
Of course, that's the roll. That's a success.
All the mimics.
All the mimics. Oh my god, it's Chester.
Chester, who's a character in Old Sailboat by some Illumian.
Yeah. So he took the form of that book, and
Fun
so you named
fact.
him Chester after the character.
Yep.
Fun fact.
And as I know him, I ghostly transform into one of the characters in his book to talk to him.
Okay. What was that fun fact, Chet? Hold on, I wanted to see what the fun fact was.
Oh, I was just saying that was a fun fact.
Oh, that was the fun fact. Excellent. Yeah. Now I gave us a little buddy up point there. Another fun fact. We've almost made it back to the center, which is saying a lot. Because
Based on how that started.
We really dove off at the top of the game. Yes, Chester looks at you and he stops trying to bite at you and sort of creaks a little smile.
Chester, that's a good boy. Chester, which one of these rooms is best suited for? You see that idiot on the broom? And
I can hear you.
Sorry. I thought I was so you see the idiot, right? He's looking for how to race broom. And then I reach into my pocket and feed him
a Scooby snack? What are you I love this idea that you have things you feed the mimics that you live here. It's great.
Whatever's a Scooby snack to them.
Yeah.
A ghostly Scooby snack.
It's like a bone. People die in the library all the time. Collect their bones,
Yeah.
give them to the mimics. So Chester has no idea what you're talking about. Chester is a mimic. Chester is an animal, effectively, who just lives here to eat and hide. It is basically, the giant spider of the library. It doesn't have much knowledge of where it is. It just knows it's well fed. But I will say this much, that since you've gained its favor, it is also happy to follow you if you have more bones or you want to take it with you.
I would love to take Chester with me.
Yep. That checks out.
I gained Chester Mimic.
Yeah, so you can add Chester to your sheet if you want, but we know you have access to it. So Chet's got Dale, and you've got Chester.
And as I pet Chester, the other mimic should be called off, right?
Sure, I don't care. It doesn't really matter.
So I catch up with Chet, and I say, which room you thinking?
Arcane.
Yeah. You can fly on your broom?
Yeah, of course I can. It's a flying broom.
No. Arcane we go.
All right. Generating up the arcane room. Here we go.
And then I wonder, are my books really getting stolen, or are these just mimics?
None of your books have ever been stolen. Just every book you've read is a mimic.
Well, not my books, but the ArchCrystal Tower's books.
Yeah, Niebelung, of course this is a flying broom. I don't know, you probably didn't know, but fun fact, in the NFL, the National Flying League was actually founded about 20 years ago in Gaelic. And now there is a pretty big, both official and unofficial broom flying league. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you part of a team?
Yeah, of course I am. I'm part of the demons. The you know, the Gaelic demons.
That's a fun fact. Put it on the wiki, the Gaelic demons. All right, so with a couple more fun facts under our belt, you have entered the, checking this in the list, historical texts imbued arcane chamber. With this chamber, you come from that back wall, and you can see two doors immediately to your left and right. You just sort of peek a quick look. They do say touchable and believable.
Now this one's tough.
What, aren't you a genius?
Find anything in this room? Before we go to the other rooms, do you find any? Could a book just be in this room?
I mean, I guess it could. It really could, but I don't see how. I mean, it's not an imbued arcane book, and it is both touchable and believable. Although maybe more touchable than believable. So if it is touchable, which it is, I don't know why it would be in this room, but we can look.
Yeah, like in the spirit of Google, let's just try our luck.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know. I've looked everywhere. I can't find it.
Well, let me help you. Oh man. Botched.
This is why I like playing with Dean, because I don't even ask for rolls. He just decides that rolls are going to happen. He just seizes control. I'll just roll. Let's yeah, you find it, sure. So because you botched that roll, unfortunately, there is a trapped book here. We'll say Niebelung's the one that grabs it. Niebelung, you see a book that says fascinating answers, which is two amazing words for an Illumian.
Yeah.
And you're pretty sure it's not a mimic. It seems like maybe a book called Fascinating Answers could be in a historical text-imbued arcane room. But when you grab it and pull it out, it locks in place about halfway in, and then the two doors that lead to the next chambers become grated off with, we'll say, like a sort of a fine mesh that sort of weaves down like a web across them.
Uh-oh.
Now, Niebelung, you know that when this happens, this was the work of one of the scholars about 9 centuries ago, back in the 800s BR. There was a famous scholar whose name was... Brendan, give me a name.
Sabaloth
Great Saviloth.
Tarnagade.
Tarnagade. Saviloth Tarnagade. Not bad, actually. I'll take it.
Spell it.
It's not at all how you would think.
So, Saviloth Tarnagade added a lot of these to the library as a way of enhancing and enriching the scholars who tended to live here. When they are locked into the room, the only way out is to answer a riddle or a puzzle of some sort. Now, obviously, we have two geniuses here, so I don't expect this to be a problem for anyone. Dean, you pulled the book, so give me a number between 1 and 650.
Oh, God.
551.
551.
That damn Similoth.
And we're going to pull this up, so you guys are going to see it on your screen. 551. This is your riddle to escape, to get out of the room. Find the hidden phrase or title. We'll say a bunch of Illumian glyphs kind of fuzz out from the corners of the room and emerge in the center where they revolve around each other, and then poof, you see this glowing image of the mind test.
Okay, real quick, James, can you move it up a little bit? I can't see the bottom.
Yeah, sure. Oh, sure. The frame and game are not part of the riddle. Sorry, I should have added that. These there's a whole bunch of these in the set, and they're all called frame games.
No room for ER.
What is the hidden phrase or title? And astonishingly, because your characters are much smarter than you are, you can also always just roll sage checks to see how smart you are. But will you let your dignity, will you take that hit to your dignity that you could not answer it yourself?
No room for ER. ER like emergency room.
Or it could be ER like somebody who does something, like an somebody who does, like, at the end of, like, a rumor, something about a rumor, maybe.
Yeah, FO4 is smaller than the rest of the phrase.
True. No room for ER. It's the Bible. No room at the inn.
I could also give you a hint if you want. We can do like an easy sage check to just get a hint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like a medium sage check to just get the answer, because you guys are geniuses.
Let's just get a hint.
You go for it.
Yeah, I got 4. I got 1 4.
It is an ironic phrase demonstrated by the frame. So what's inside of the frame is demonstrating something ironic.
Oh, so frame game is not a part of it, but the actual
correct. The frame game is just for you to know what's inside. What are we looking at? So specifically everything in the frame. And what is inside of the frame, which is the game, is demonstrating something ironic. And it is a phrase. As far as I know, it is a phrase that I know. I've heard this phrase before, so.
There's plenty of room in there, in this no room for the ER. Plenty of room. What are you thinking?
It should say no room for error, but the "rr" is messed up. There is no room for the "rr."
Then the doors disappear. Indeed, it is an ironic, there is no room for error, and indeed there is no room for the word error. So, well done, Chet. I will, what do I want to do to help you out here? I will let you replace one of your skills with Hunt for that success.
Ooh, okay.
You exercise those brain muscles a little bit, work it a little harder, and then you find yourself able to, so you can take vitality or technopathy, any of them that you feel like maybe haven't been as useful.
I will replace my predisposed trait.
Okay,
for Hunt.
Cool. So let me, we can lose that screen. Yeah, no room for error. And the gates open, and once more we are allowed out into these next two chambers, which I said were touchable and believable.
Now, if we go into the touchable room, does that mean they're not believable? Or can the touchable room then loop back around to the believable room?
I'll give you guys this for free, and plus Niebelung would know this, obviously. These are mutually exclusive. The reason why this binary search is done is because what you are looking for is always going to be one or the other. So it'll create its own little dynamic path to narrow down what you're looking for, which the Illumians believe is the fastest and easiest way to find literally anything in the largest collection in the realm. Because if you just know everything you need to know about it, you could just walk through a bunch of doors and find it in seconds.
Right.
That being said...
That's only if you already know about it.
But that's exactly right. So for somebody like Niebelung, if you gave him one of the books he's read in these 400 years, he could probably get to it in no time at all. He just hasn't read this schematic. He doesn't have the answers any more than you do.
We don't.
So you gotta guess.
Not too many people in here ask about brooms, unfortunately. But I do believe it will be unbelievable.
But this is a pretty unbelievable thing. Like, it goes unbelievably fast.
That is a very good use of the word unbelievable. But I do believe you're looking for an actual real schematic for a broom, yes?
That's true. That's true. It is a believable thing in that it has been believed of. But it's also now touchable? But maybe... Oh, but it's not. Maybe. Because it's an idea.
That is true.
All right, believable it is. There are two truths which leading towards believable.
So you made the argument for touchable, and you're like, all right, well, we're going to believable.
All right, so we are entering the chamber of historical, imbued, believable, arcane texts. Does that sound like your schematic?
Sure.
I'll give you this. Give me a sage check. Give me a hard sage check, which I think is only 2 d6.
Let's do it. Nah.
You failed that check? Then I'll say that you're still pretty much guessing at this point. You don't know if this is the right path or not. I will say, for players' sake, so that you know we're not just dicking around here, I do have circled rooms that basically forge a path to what you are looking for. So we might be on that path, we might not be. We'll find out. And we're going to go ahead and generate the next room. So, room number 6 is another straight chamber. So we're going to go back into another one of those hallway rooms.
Also, good job on the no room for error, dude. Seriously.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to come out of...
needed the hint, though.
Huh?
I definitely needed that hint.
Well, yeah.
We're going to come out of this bottom left door into another one of these long chambers, which does mean immediately to our left, before we even start searching, we can see that this room's 2 words are seeable and unseen. Or I guess we're standing next to seeable, and eventually at the other end is the unseen door. The 2 opposites. Things that can be seen and things that are unseen.
You want to test out your new hunt ability and see what's in this room?
Yeah, let's see what we got in this room. I'm looking for any sort of text that might be related to magical items, flying, or brooms to see that we're on the right track. And what level of roll is this? Hard?
We're going to start this at very hard. So you're going to be rolling the 1d6 and hoping you get the hunt. And then the further in we get, it'll get easier, because technically the stacks are getting shorter, smaller, less books. No luck?
Nope.
That's okay. A botched hunt check does not mean you've botched. You got to kind of think of a botched luck as a critical fail, which is why I kept causing terrible things. A botched hunt check means you can do it, but you didn't find it, or it's not here and you didn't find it. So nothing really happens, but you do not find it in this chamber, whether or not it is in this chamber.
Should I try my luck?
Yeah, maybe just check out what is in here and see if we're on the right track.
Yeah, you want to do a sage check, Niebelung?
Say it again.
I was going to say, that could be a sage check he's asking for to read the books, determine what sort of world of literature we're in right now, and if it seems like we're heading in the right direction. We'll make this a hard because you don't know the book either, so 2d6, unless you have something that can make that easier than a hard. Remember, every check we make can be, except for the luck checks, can be made easier or harder.
So, unfortunately, it's botched, but I did get 2 6s. I should have tried my luck.
Well, you have one more chance. You have one more chance, because I know you rolled the 2. But does any of your skills or anything on your sheet, your baggage, your cliche, does it lend itself to you looking at a library of books and determining what they're about? I'm going to guess yes.
I can live in a book and possess it. Is that close to what you just asked about?
It's more of the scholarly stuff. Anything on your sheet talk about how you're a scholar, a studier, a knowledge, all of your wisdom of books.
I'm bound to the library, and I will learn everything in the infinity of knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll let you take it from a 2 to what's after 2? Is it 3?
So one extra d6?
Yeah, so you'll get one more chance. So you've just taken a hard check, used what's on your sheet to make it a moderate check, and now you get that last d6.
Success. I got a sage.
Nice.
Oh,
excellent.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, Niebelung, you can confirm, as you are looking at these historical texts that are imbued, arcane, believable, we have entered a world of sort of mythology, of hypotheticals, of things that you cannot touch, things that do not exist in the physical realm, the mortal realm. It feels like we're getting very metaphysical here, and you're not sure if that's going to be the right direction to go for
that sounds
crafting a broom.
And what's the next 2 doors?
The next 2 doors are seeable and unseeable.
Chamber?
Yeah.
Okay, Now we're getting into gods and whatnot.
That being said, you do know that if you think we shouldn't have gone believable and we should have gone touchable instead, the only way backwards... Oh, we haven't grabbed any books, so actually we can go back 1 room at a time. The rules change a little bit if you've taken anything. The library is enchanted so that if you're holding anything from the room and you enter a door, it takes you back to the entrance because you've found your book. But right now, because we haven't grabbed anything, we can go backwards. Yeah.
So I relate to Chet. I think these breadcrumbs we've already gotten is going to take us down to the wrong direction. Let's take another. Let's buck a U and try other room. Not believable, touchable.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me. Let's go to touchable.
And I will give you guys a buddy point since Niebelung used his knowledge of the library and his sagely wisdom to try to steer and help Chet in the right direction to find his thing.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take
fun fact, U-turns are actually illegal in Gallic.
and I'll give us a little tiny one, too. There you go. So, back in the touchable room that we were just in, which I think was an L room. Back in this room, I'll let you guys make that decision again, touchable or believable.
So we're going for touchable this time.
Yeah.
Great. And I'll generate touchable. Touchable is a silenced room, so just keep that in mind. As you enter the next chamber, you are going to be silenced once more. And there is a scholar in this chamber. So weirdly enough, it's not the same chamber, but I rolled the same thing. There is a scholar, and it is silenced.
So I telepathically talk to the snake. As it's been explained to me, the snake will connect to Chet. You want to use that hunt again? And I'll go look over here.
Yeah, sure, I say to my snake.
And the snake conveys it back to...
Yeah,
wait, no, does it?
The snake can communicate with you.
I guess a simple head nod should do.
All right, so we get another chance to hunt. And remember, Chet, we are now going to go from very hard to hard because we're one room closer. Remember that you can take these hards and these very hards, and you can continue to make them easier if you do have stuff on your sheet. I don't know if you have anything that will help you find books. I don't know if that's necessarily in your wheelhouse, but...
I have a familiar who might be able to read. He can't read.
Okay, I was gonna say if he can, that probably would work, but I don't know if Dale can read.
I
don't think most familiars. Just in general, I don't think familiars tend to be readable. Literate. That's the word.
I've got a lantern on my robe of many items.
The room is well lit.
All right, nothing to help. Here we go. Nope.
All right, so nothing bad happens, right? Because you can hunt now. You've been working out those brain muscles. You check the shelves. It doesn't seem to be here. It seems like we're still pretty far removed. You're not finding any sort of schematics, blueprints, recipes. Everything here is still on just a very different world of, something that's a historical magical text that is touchable would be something like a book about... Actually, you know what's funny? Something like a book about the Crown of Emperosis would be in here. A book about a magical artifact, a historical magical artifact. A text about a historical magical artifact. But we're still so far away from schematic world that you don't think it would be in here.
So I go to our friend here, the worker, a slight nod, and then mental connection. Farnsworth, funny finding you in the imbued, touchable text of magical, nope, and the room appropriate for the combinations of rooms we've gotten to.
Why yes, this is my favorite room, the historical imbued text arcane touchable.
Have you learned something new today?
Aha! You know what they say, information is fresh.
Information is fresh. Quickly, how can I get closer to the schematics?
I'll have you to build something? Schematics? Have you gone through the crafted room yet?
No, we've come from the entrance, and because it's been centuries, I've kind of lost my way to the crafted room. So from here, what brings us at least a step closer to crafts and crafteds?
Well, I guess he looks at the two doors that say preachable and teachable. And he says, which way were you looking at going? Preachable or teachable? Are you building like a holy artifact, or are you building like something else, I guess?
Artifact, yes. Holy, not so much. So I guess teachable?
Teachable, not preachable. Yeah, I mean, if you're going, what are we? We're in the touchable to teachable? Yeah, the touchable, teachable junction. One of my favorite. To touch is to teach, they say. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't say that. Nobody has ever said that.
No, they do not.
To teach is to touch? Nope. It's not better. It's not any better the other way around. So if you're going teachable, then you probably want to go what is it? LLRLL? Or is it LRRLR? RRLR? I think it definitely starts with an L. Teachable RLR? I don't quite remember. I don't head down that path too often. But yeah, I think at least it's
certain the first two is LL.
I think so. I think teachable LL, and then it's either RRR, RLR, RLL.
Awesome.
LRR.
Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. So, Farnsworth, it's been fresh.
As is the information, sir.
As is the information. We both do our little Illumian thing, and then I float through him and then signal Chet to go into teachable. Oh no, I mentally go to the snake, say, grab your master. We're going teachable.
So Dale slithers up to me and indicates to go into the teachable.
Okay, teachable room it is.
It's just a pause of. Okay, so then.
Oh, we're back in another one of these chambers. All right, we'll have you guys come out from the other side. Welcome to the teachable room. This starts to feel a little bit, immediately you can feel like maybe we're getting closer to the right path, because we're starting to reach this idea of things that can be taught, which can include things like how to craft, but it's not quite crafting yet. Right now it's like how to tie your shoes, which is still super far away from how to craft an ancient broom from centuries and millennia ago, but it's just barely closer enough that you're like, I think this is the right direction. I don't need to know how to tie my shoes, but I do need to know how to something.
All right, sweet. We're closer.
Is this room silent?
I didn't even check. Here you go. It is. Yes, this room is also silent.
I go.
I follow.
You make it to the other side if you're checking out what's next before you decide. The left door says domestic. The right door says wild.
Clearly, I do a thing where my finger glows, and I just write clearly domestic.
If you remember, Dean, you don't even need to use your finger, because the Illumian's racial ability is to display text above their head like a. That's right.
I forgot all about. It's been 7 years. Clear, domestic. It circles my head like a movie thing. Domestic.
A minor illusionist sounds good.
Nice. There you go. Minor illusion. You make words come up too. We did it. We beat silence.
We beat this silence.
It only took us 4 silence chambers before
still going domestic.
And one more time for good measure, Dean.
Domestic.
All right, let's go domestic. All right, T chamber.
Domestic. Ooh, a new kind of room.
I know, fancy. You guys are going to come out this one right here at the bottom. So welcome to the historical text imbued arcane, touchable, teachable, domestic chamber. I'll give you guys a full buddy point if one of you can come up with the name of a book that is historical texts imbued arcane, touchable, teachable, domestic. What's an example of the kind of books found on these shelves?
Give me the descriptives again. We're imbued, tangible.
Historical texts imbued, arcane, touchable, teachable, domestic.
How to
Niebelung.
cook. Niebelung.
He's just put a Niebelung in every book, in every room. He's just stuck the Niebelung in. Have you read my book? Oh, wow, it's right here.
It's I'm dead, therefore it's historical. It's magical. It's Gallic, so it's domestic. You believe me.
It's touchable, not believable.
Touchable. It's touchable.
No, the Niebelung's in the believable section. You tried. Thanks for playing, Dean. Chet.
How it's called how your dad brewed your household magic potions.
How your dad brewed household magic potions. Yeah, I'll give it to you. That checks out.
Okay.
Boom. We are in the green. We have passed the center line, folks. We finally have
All right.
the beginning of what could be an acquaintanceship between Niebelung and Chet. All right, the 2 doors here. Or, well, do we want to hunt in this room? Or do we want to see what the doors say?
Well, yeah, sure. Let's see if they got anything on brooms here.
Real quick, no, never mind. Well, does anything look out of place as if stolen here?
Ooh, that's a good question. Give me a... let's make that one. I'm going to need a predisposed check, Niebelung.
Oh, I got that, actually.
Excellent.
I guess I should have been waxing predisposed the entire time. And how many?
Well, let's make it 3. Let's make it medium.
Okay. Woo. 1 success.
1 success. Yeah, you sort of flash back. You've been in this room before. You've been in all of the rooms before. In case you're curious, there's 2 to the 20 rooms in this building, which is something like 104,000 chambers. But you've had 400 years, so you've been in this room before, and you are very sure that there is at least a couple books missing. You know for a fact that it is not the Mimics. There was definitely a book right here that said, "How is your dad brews homemade potions?" And as you know, nobody has checked this book out. You know, any books leave the library, you know, they tell you. And it is not there. Something has taken the book from the inside out.
But interesting enough, that would mean the thief is up to this point. The thief is practically following the same path we're going.
Thieves have been down this path, correct?
But what's also interesting, if they've taken a book, they would have shot back to the beginning. So how do you get around that rule?
Give me
and
a.
I'm doing that while you're looking for the schematic. I'm kind of like thinking these things.
Oh, sure. Then let's get a hunt check if you want to see if it's in here. Chet Sexton.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay,
Botched.
great. So, I wouldn't say botched, because it wasn't like a bad luck roll. It was just an unsuccessful hunt. You don't find it here. But Niebelung, I will let you give me a... Let's do... this is flashback again. This is more past stuff. So let's make it predisposed. One more predisposed check. This one's going to be...
Okay.
Let's make it hard, but again, you can always make things easier. This is you thinking back to actually OathWielders days. So you're thinking back 400 years, which may have been the last time you had, learned or encountered the thieves of the library.
Okay. And that's hard, so that's 2.
Yeah, it's starting at hard.
Botched.
All right. Yeah, you remember, that there have been thieves in the past, and at one point you feel like you knew that there was a way that they snuck things out, some sort of space, something.
Oh.
But is that Dean?
I do remember in Oakville that they didn't all come to the front.
Yeah. And that's exactly what Niebelung does. He goes, there was a shit.
Yeah, that.
What? What are you talking?
When we actually played the OathWielders game, there were people who was able to actually sneak in. They never came through the front of the They didn't come through the front, so they're not bound by the whole snatch a book, go to the front rule. Because people could actually live and sleep in here, so they came in through like the living quarters, if I remember it correctly.
That's a really messy interpretation, but it was something along those lines almost, which matches your botched predisposed check.
All right, I botched it. I didn't. Yeah.
So it's not in this room. The 2 doors that we're looking at here say Quelmar and Afar.
I'm almost like betting my bottom dollar is Quelmar.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So going with the advice you were given, from Teachable, you went to the left door, and then again, you're going to take the left door.
All right. Correct. We'll take the left.
All right. And that's going to take us into, if you're curious, this is our 10th chamber. We're 10 rooms deep into the library. Quite the labyrinth. Oh, I don't think we've had this door yet. Or this room yet. This is this guy.
What the hell was the name of those thieves? It was a band of rogues. Magical rogues. Was one of us one of them? I can't remember. Probably was Sam. Knowing Sam, he was probably one of them.
Sam was not in the OathWielders campaign, but you're right. If he was in that campaign, he would have been.
He would have been, yeah.
All right, so we come out into this sort of Z-shaped chamber. There's a door immediately opposite where you're coming in, and then... You okay? Need some water? Need some...
I got some right here. Sorry.
Give you a drink? You need it?
Yep, go ahead.
We have entered the historical text imbued, arcane, touchable, teachable, domestic Quelmar room, which means these 2 doors say dangerous and peaceful. Or it might be in this chamber.
Well, I'm thinking it might actually be in this room because it is both dangerous and peaceful. It's dangerous in that it's broom flying, but it's also peaceful in that it's a safer way to go faster, maybe? So, I'm thinking it might be here. I'm going to look around.
Excellent.
Go ahead and hunt for it.
So we've now made it, we've done a very hard hunt, we've done a hard hunt, we've made it down to the medium hunt level.
Medium hunt?
Medium hunt.
Nope.
Oh.
I'm gonna assume because your hunting's new to you, you suck at it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at the books and see what the books are telling me.
Yeah, I mean, you do. I'll say you see a book, Niebelung, that says the ancient brooms of Tashadet. And yeah, Tasha Det.
She was alive when I was alive.
But when you pull off the book, it does not seem to be a crafting guide necessarily, or if it is a crafting guide, it's a crafting guide to very mundane. They're magical because we're in the arcane section, but they are not rideable brooms. So we're still we're like getting even closer. We're adjacent. You can feel like we're approaching the right room, but you're more distracted by the fact that there are still more missing books. You know, if this was the Tasha book, you're pretty sure there was at least 2 more Tasha Det books next to it, and there are none.
Yeah. So, do you remember in D&D, the Scion, the Mystics, have the ability to touch an item, and they're able to see what that item saw for the past 24 hours?
Yep.
Can I use that type of ability here?
Yes, you can. That would be a predisposed check. That's literally looking back through time. That's what that skill is for. So let's make that let's make it, I was going to start it at a medium, but I think you can push it to easy because you're a Scion. Okay, right, your cliche has Mystic Scion built into it, so use your cliche to make it from medium to easy.
And easy is how many?
6. You're going to do 6 dice and hope you get 1 predisposed.
Got 1.
That's all you needed. Yeah, that works. You do catch what does it look like when Ghost Niebelung hovers his hand over a book and uses the psionic energies to parse what it has seen?
So I kind of, it's like the book almost absorbs me because I'm going into
the book. You sort of possess it. Yeah.
Right. And then so the book just has these 2 glowing eyes, and then around it kind of fades to gray as time begins to shape. Yeah. Kind of a Doctor Strange type of moment.
Yeah, and you see, and in those quick flashes of everything that's happened, you do see a thief, a very roguish scoundrel. It is I can actually make it bigger so you guys can see it. There is a owlin, a sort of owl folk thief, who flies silently like an owl across the floor and grabs the book, and then flies through the dangerous door.
Oh, okay. Swag. Okay. And as the limits of that ability come to its end, I just get spewed back out from the book and almost almost fall. Yeah, it's almost like the book just spits me back out. Without telling him about the thief, I do recommend dangerous if we were to keep going forward. We're in a room we can talk. Yes.
This room is not silent. Correct.
Yeah. With the information I was able to glean, Chet, something tells me dangerous is the way to go.
Okay, I believe you.
So we go to dangerous.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll take the 2 of you.
Does dangerous happen to be on the left?
Dangerous was on the left.
Now, Chet doesn't know this, but at one point, one of the people did mention that the crafting room was through the peaceful room. Does Niebelung not remember that and is lying? Or is Niebelung... Or does Niebelung remember that and is lying, or does Niebelung not remember that?
Is this what Chet's internal monologue is saying? You're trying to psychoanalyze?
Because Chet doesn't know about the peaceful room. It was through a Scion thing, but I remember at one point it was mentioned that the crafting room, which is probably where the broom is, was through the peaceful room. So, can I tell if Niebelung is lying or not?
Let's do this. Niebelung, sage check. Let's do it. Medium. This is a memory. We're going back, but this is a callback to question number 9. Does Niebelung remember what the sage had said? Medium sage.
Hold on. One die fell off the table. So that's a botch. Come on, say it. Is it how many? So for medium
is 3. Medium is 3, so you get one more.
I have 1 success, 1 sage success.
So you would be remembering that one of the scholars did say that peaceful connects to crafted if you were following this specific path that they were talking about. Now, it's possible that we're on a different path. It's very possible we're on the same path.
Oh, okay.
But it's also 100%. It's 100% possible that the thief went through that door. So you're going to have to maybe pause at the door and kind of consider these things. You've got this way takes you to where the thief is for sure. That way might take you to the crafted room.
Yeah, I mean, dangerous makes sense to me. It's a flying broom. It can't be safe. So let's go ahead.
Wait. Apologies. Dean didn't remember that peaceful was a part of the conversation. So Niebelung kind of.
It takes Niebelung a second to remember, right? Yeah, I mean, you saw the path the thief went down. It's no wonder that you were immediately like, let's go, gung-ho, this way. But then maybe you pause yourself when you remember and you have to think about, okay. So,
yeah, what would be...
You see Chet, there's sort of a tense struggle behind Niebelung's eyes there, as almost like you can tell. He's got the same thinking eyes that you have. You recognize when a genius finds himself at the brink of a hard decision. And why?
It's not too big of a deal. We can just sort of come back if it's not the right room, you know? We can just go through, check it out, come back.
The thing that's true is, so I do tell him about the thief, but the dilemma we are in, if you grab a book, I'm not for certain it went down danger, the thief. However, if we go through peaceful and you find your book, we go back to the beginning. Now, if we remember the entire path, we can get here again from the beginning.
True.
And we're in level 11, so I've already forgotten.
Wonder if I can remember.
I'll give you guys another buddy point if between the two of you can give me all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rooms. There's 8 words we've gone through.
Historical, texts, arcane, imbued, touchable.
Wait a minute, slow it down. Touchable. Yeah, I'm with you.
Where'd we go after touchable? Domestic, Quelmar.
And we're in this
missing
room
one
now.
more. We're in the room that we entered from Quelmar, but we missed one along the way. There's one more room.
All right.
So you guys got historical, text, imbued, arcane, touchable, domestic, and Quelmar. We're missing one.
What did we miss?
Slower. It was historical text that was imbued. When imbued, we made sure it was touchable, right?
No, imbued went to arcane. Because I remember thinking, how can you have imbued mundane things? So it was imbued arcane.
Arcane.
What was after arcane?
Arcane got us to domestic. Or is it in between? Is it in between arcane and domestic? Because I know domestic gave us Quelmar. And Quelmar gave us.
This is the only hint I'll give you. It was the room after touchable. Touchable to blank is what we missed.
Oh, touchable to...
Which is surprising because it's the one that I definitely remember. Touchable to blank.
Teachable!
Teachable!
Yeah! What do they say? To touch
No,
is...
they don't! No, they don't!
Yes.
So, there you go. There you go. Okay, so, yeah, so that is the path we've trod so far. Dangerous and peaceful is what lies ahead. A split path, a split decision. The thief down one.
Look, if the thief is there, we gotta stop the thief, right? And then you can, and if we have to do something with that, like, I don't want to get in trouble with the tower for not stopping a thief.
Maybe it's too on the nose that a thief will go down dangerous.
Do you think they swap back around somehow?
Well, whatever they were able to do, they're not confined by the rules of the library like we are right now.
Right, because they are presumably not at the beginning.
Correct.
Unless they are.
Oh my God! But they grabbed a book about flying brooms. Not a schematic. But I wonder if they're building the same. Do you know who you're racing against?
Yeah, of course I do. I'm racing against I'm racing against the Terran owls. There you go.
The what?
The owls.
Yeah, the Terran owls. That would be
The giant
PTE.
owls?
No, the Terran, like terrorist.
The Terran
PTERRAN. Yeah, the Terran owls. It's true. He is. I wrote it down.
Yeah. Of course it's true.
Which is good because one of the thieves resembled an owl.
What?
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. So I wonder. Let's go through peaceful, and let's try to soup up your witch broom.
I see.
Unfortunately, you'll have to meet your opponent with just your snake because I'm confined to the ArchCrystal Tower. But I wonder if my thieves are of your opposing team. We'll think about that in peaceful.
Okay.
We go
then
through
peaceful. It is.
We go through peaceful. It is a peaceful voyage into the peaceful room, which is going to be one of these boxes. And unsurprisingly, let me check here. Peaceful.
This room is chaotic.
Yeah. No mimics, no false bookcases, no book swarms, not silence, no traps, no ghosts, no scholars. It is just you guys. Empty room.
Oh.
And there are two doors that say crafted and natural. Good memory. If this game had inspiration points, I would have given you one for that exceptional save, because that is correct. Oops, I want the...
Oh, sweet. Crafted. Look at that.
Yeah.
Do you search through this chamber, or is it just right on?
I feel like we can go right on.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't not be in Crafted.
Crafted was the destination so far.
Cool. Let's check it.
Okay.
Crafted.
Peaceful. Crafted.
Nice. We're already here. All right. Welcome to the Crafted Chamber. So this is the historical text imbued arcane, touchable, teachable, domestic Quelmar, peaceful crafted chamber. The next two doors say prehistoric and recorded. So I guess that would be recorded history versus prehistory.
Right, so documented versus folklore. Sort of.
I think it could be in this room. Yeah.
All right, so we are now taking it. We've gone through we've done a very hard hunt, a hard hunt, a medium hunt. I think we've made it down to the easy hunt.
All right, let's do it.
Easy hunt.
Easy hunt. Easy hunt.
Easy hunt.
You're not going to believe this.
It's not
a failure.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I can't do nothing about your failure.
Well, the good news is you are so sure that we talked about this crafted room. It's not in the crafted room, and then you remember what we said at the very top of the stream, which is that it was a broom that used to be so powerful in ancient times before it was sort of nerfed by wizards to be safer for mass consumption. So it is this ancient lost recipe for this fantastical broom.
Which will make it historic. Right? What's the two doors?
Prehistoric and written history. Recorded history. So, I mean, if the question was, it's in the room that you can no longer answer the question accurately, this is a question you can probably answer.
What?
You can see...
Things look stolen in this room?
Yes, actually.
Damn, this thing... He had a satchel? What the fuck? Or there's more than one. Okay, got you. So do you want to continue on into prehistoric?
I guess if it's not here, since, we don't know, then we got to keep going, right?
I just happened to turn to the left and I see a book. What's a book title that's in this room?
Are you fish? I will give you another buddy point if you can come up with something that's historical text, imbued, arcane, touchable, teachable, domestic, Quelmar, peaceful, crafted. A peaceful craft of Quelmar's domestic, teachable, touchable, arcane, imbued life. That is, of course, a historical text.
Galician love potions for dummies.
Galician love potions for dummies. Yeah, I mean, nothing, yeah, none of the other words match that, right? It's not preachable, it's not wild, it's not afar. So it's... I'll go easy on it. I'll give you that one. But,
all right, there we go.
This is low-hanging fruit. That just kind of sounds like you took Brendan's from last time and gave it a slightly different title, but it technically works. Look, the two books are on the same path, right? So the Father's Potions is on the same path as the Love Potions just earlier. So it makes sense that they'd be similar.
Or dummies means teachable.
That's right. Dummies is teachable. Now, good news for you, Brendan. Welcome to the prehistoric chamber. That means, if you've been following, we've gone very hard to hard, hard to medium, medium to easy.
Easy.
What comes after easy?
To mindless. Trivial.
And what's trivial?
Automatic success.
Woo!
No dice needed. This is indeed the room where we can find our book. And so... you start going down the line. It's prehistoric and it's sorted by type. And so you get to these magic artifacts, prehistoric magic artifacts. You come right down the line and you reach the section. There it is. Okay. Racing magic carpets of prehistory. Racing flying pegasi of prehistory. Racing... It should have been... This is... look, if this is prehistoric racing carpets and this is prehistoric racing horses, this should definitely be a schematic for prehistoric racing brooms right here in this empty slot.
Right, alphabetically, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not there.
What the heck? Somebody already checked it out. Or they stole it!
Yeah, very good.
Are you not freaking out about this, Niebelung? Your books are being stolen. My schematic. I can't win the big race if I don't get that schematic. My team is counting on me.
So, request the book that was next to it, schematic on
magic carpets and yeah.
Right.
So if he wanted to build a carpet instead of a broom, he could build a flying carpet.
Can I use my predisposition to try to see what that book has seen?
Yep. I'll give you the same results. You don't need to make a check here. We know you can do it.
It's trivial.
It's trivial, right? Automatic success. So it will tell you, it will show you a similar looking creature who is not an owl, but is in fact a, where's my little mouse folk? There they are. A little mouse folk rogue, who is just the most adorable little miniature. Look at this little guy. Who scurries in, quiet as a mouse, makes no sound, doesn't get caught, and jumps up and sort of yoinks it off the shelf, and then scurries, we'll say scurries through the door that says unique. It doesn't quite matter, but the two doors out of here say unique and multiple. But the mouse folk disappears through the unique door. Yoink.
I relay that a mouse thief has taken your book and escaped through the unique chamber.
Oh, we gotta go get it.
Yes.
Okay, I run.
Go ahead. I'm gonna need the two of you to give me an agility test, a hard agility test. Though, if you have anything that makes you more agile, or it relates to moving, jumping, navigating, you can make it go to medium, maybe.
I don't have agility, but I do have a flying broom.
I would say a flying broom is a great way to make that go to medium.
Nope.
So, as the two of you, as the two of you are, get you both, dashing through on broom and foot, or I guess broom and ghost. So I guess you're both flying. The two of you fly through this unique door. Something insane happens, or at least it's insane to you, Chet. The timing and the pattern of the rooms you've taken and the time you've spent. As you step out of that room, and we're looking at this background texture here now, if we remember that all of the rooms are always shifting and grinding against each other, you have found a pattern, or stumbled upon, on accident or on purpose, one of the glitches in the pattern. There are small compromises made to get the system working perfectly, but they're so rare and far apart that it basically is never encountered unless you're really trying to find it. As you start to step out of the room and into the next room that's just perfectly lined up at that moment, the unique chamber, the unique chamber is just too far apart. It's almost as if there's a good 5 foot of space between the rooms.
That's how they try. That's what they did in fucking OathWielders.
And you find yourselves, both of you, tumbling. Well, no, actually, Dean can fly, so nothing happens to Dean.
I don't.
Oh wait, and Brendan's on a
flying broom.
Excellent. So no wounds, because you guys are using your flight. That's great. but you guys did fail the check. So I'll say you guys find yourself flying between the rooms, and there's a brief moment of pause because now as you look around, you see the massive chambers around you gliding around like Tetris pieces in place. And since you failed the check, I'll say the two chambers glide past each other at an angle and start to skiff at you, and you have to either drop down or go up. On the count of 3, I'm going to have you guys both point in a direction. 1, 2, 3. We got
God damn.
So the two rooms collide. You guys are both barely caught in the smash. I'm gonna have you both take a wound. So go ahead and check off a wound box next to any of your traits.
Do we lose that trait?
You don't lose the trait, but anytime you roll that trait, it's gonna be harder. It's an automatic step up. So if you wound a sage, all of your sages will be harder. If you wound a vitality, all of your vitalities will be harder.
Then technopathy can go.
Yeah, that was the smart move. Brendan did that because he was like, I'm not going to need this.
Yeah.
Should
I get rid of
everybody's got a dump
personality
stat.
or occult? I think I'll get rid of occult.
Yeah, because if we ever need it, I also got a cult, so I got your back.
Yeah. So we need one of us to have a personality.
So the group of you find yourselves just sort of whirling around in the space between the lines. Is what they call it, because these thieves read between the lines, so to say.
That was the name of the game.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, James.
It's almost like it's a consistent world with a known canonical lore. It's all on the wiki.
There's a wiki. Like almost there's a wiki.
Yeah, it's almost if you'd read the wiki page for the library. That's okay. Eventually, though, I'll say evens or odds. Evens or odds. I have my own dice. Here we go. Brendan, you are the first to, as you are flying around the boxes, split up from your ghost friend. You are trying to get a sense of direction. You have no idea where you are. Everything's revolving around you. You have to keep dodging the rooms as they glide into place, and then you see it. A path, a built structure of stone pathway created between a set of rooms that is untouched, unbroken, clearly a safe space to stand. What do you do?
I fly towards it, of course. I don't want to be caught up in one of these. I don't want to go to the wrong room.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me an agility check, and I'm going to roll an enemy thing.
Nope.
1, 2. I got 2 successes. You got
0, nothing.
0. So you are going to take 1 more wound. As you start to approach, as you get closer, you can see that you didn't quite spot them from a distance, but there are these tiny little guys, little owl folk, little mice folk, the tiniest, little stealthiest people who saw you coming from a mile away. They can tell when somebody's entered their space. And one of them has taken their little baby crossbow and shot you out of the sky. There's a piercing bolt, and you can basically, you take it maybe on the shoulder, and you get knocked off your broom. And you find yourself just sort of trying to grapple the wall behind you, sliding down, hoping to not fall all the way down. Niebelung, as you are trying to, we probably get this great imagery of you flying through rooms and out of rooms and into rooms and out of rooms, trying to find where Chet went, as the space is, again, revolving around you as well. You do come face to face, almost face to face with Chet. I'll put you right here. You get a quick glimpse out of the corner of your eye of a body falling slowly through the mass. What do you do? It does not look like Chet is on his broom. You catch a glimpse of Chet, broomless, now in this mass, no doubt about to be crushed if he has no way to climb or trap or teleport or fly or get around.
I've still got one trick up my sleeve, but I might be too far for it.
So
we're gonna see if Niebelung succeeds, and then we'll go back to you for your turn.
do I have a sight line? I do see it. You just said I saw it.
Yeah.
What I do is I order Chester to catch the body.
Forgot about Chester.
Being a book.
Yeah, so did I.
Being a book, kind of be like a landing pad for him.
All right, give me a.
Is that
No. We can make this work. This would be.
animal handling?
Yeah. The equivalent of animal handling would probably, ironically, be hunt, which is again the skill that you don't have. So let's make this, like a hunter and their beast companion, their animal companion. You're going to give me a hunt check, which I think is a luck check for you, unfortunately.
Okay. Well.
There we go.
That's a botched.
Chet, as you are falling and you're trying to struggle and come up and formulate brain blast your way out of this, you're a genius. You know there's a way that you can make it out of here safely, even if it means calculating the trigonometry of the way the boxes are moving and finding a safe landing pad. Whatever it's going to take, you're going to find a way out of this. But first, for some fucking reason, you look down into your left and you watch a mimic fall off of a ledge and skip off of a stone and get crushed between two blocks, and then it yelps, and then it just sort of...
No!
Chester!
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 No!
Niebelung, you probably just miscalculated something. You were pretty sure that was going to work, but you forgot to account for that. Oh, yeah. Sexton, what do you do? It is your turn. You are one move from taking another wound. At the end of this turn, if you can't find a way out, you will just automatically take a wound as something else.
Can I Misty Step to the safe path?
Yeah, you have Misty Step written on your sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you Misty Step.
I'm a wizard who does wizard stuff.
Yeah, we can make it an easy occult check. Or sage.
I actually have a wound under occult, so if you say sage, I'll do sage.
Sage, if you read the sage, it also covers magic. It's more of that sort of wizardy magic, but yeah, so if you can make an easy sage check. And this just demonstrates, lining up the path, looking at it, and boom, popping.
Nope. Wait, let me count the dice. Nope, I failed. Nope.
In that case, the only way you could possibly revert that and not take the wound is to proc. If you remember, you guys both have a one-time use proc that will just automatically succeed anything. Or you can just take the wound.
I'll go ahead and do it. I'll proc, and my proc is I've got friends.
Yeah?
So, all of my demon friends that I summon?
Yeah, that's right.
I just real quick go, all right, any of my friends who can fly, please help me right now. And I open a portal to to the abyss. That's where demons are.
Yeah.
And I let a flying demon come through into the tower.
Niebelung, you were pretty sure Chet was kind of an okay guy, pretty cool at this point, and then you watch him unleash a horde of demons like a cape behind him that pushes him through the air and lands him demonically down onto the platform, flames and horns burning behind him before dissipating into a small smoke, a dust, and ash. I will say for that proc, because procs are powerful, when you land with that intimidation, the three rats in front of you all drop their crossbow.
Sick.
And I'll
Give me the book.
One of them just looks over at a table and just grabs a book and tosses it at you.
What's the book say?
12 ways to cook a frog.
Not that one.
Do not throw that book, sir.
I mage hand the book back and place it gently on the ground.
Thank you.
And that's the point. Niebelung flutters into frame, lands next to you there.
You treat knowledge here with respect.
You're right. I'm sorry.
So I look at the three minions, and I ask them, "Have you learned something new today?"
What a catchphrase.
Give me a personality check, Niebelung, medium.
If it's okay, it's one success against all three of them, or is it one?
It's just one success. Any success is fine. Just one.
One success.
They look at each other, and you hear one of them sort of whisper, "Don't mess with him. He lives here. He's the famous Niebelung. He's read almost every book. He can destroy us with a mere thought. A psionic god." And they all look back at you, and they all sort of shake their tiny heads, and one of them says, "I learned that stealing is wrong. Uh-huh. Don't hurt me, please."
What about you, bird?
The Scooby-Doo bird?
Ow. Okay. Third animal that we didn't really...
It's only owls and mice. It's only owls and mice in this guild. But it could be another bird. Sure. A second owl.
Okay. What's the name of the time? Okay, schematic on... First of all, who do you work for, you thieves?
I'll never tell!
Was that the rat?
Yeah, the rat says, "I'll never tell." And then he jumps off the side of the platform and disappears between two rooms.
All right. Owls.
Can I cast Hold Person?
So I just want to go over so everyone's on the same page here. So Hold Person won't necessarily hover him in place, but it will stop him from being able to move. So he will most certainly fall like a brick with no control of his landing.
I don't think Chet is thinking about that.
If you have levitate is the spell you're thinking of.
Well,
That's the one that would...
on. You're not saying... I don't think that was the wrong decision. So as that rat hits the ground... as that
You want this rat to go splat.
I go to the 2 owls, and I was like, all right, now you see what happened to your friend, right? Who do you work for?
Yeah, I'm gonna need another personality check. You're pushing him even further. This is a strong interrogation you're going for. 3 again.
3, okay. Botch. Oh shit! I rolled 4.
Well, none of them worked anyway, so they're tight-lipped. They're tight-lipped. Another one of the mice, because there's more mice than just that guy. Another one of them says, "We're bound by a magic spell. We can't say his name even if we wanted to. You'd have to pull it out of our brains."
Well, I suggest that you do tell us.
Yeah, we can't.
I cast suggestion.
Give me either an occult or yeah. This is conflict. So you're gonna give me one of your supernaturals, which is either occult or sage, and then I'm gonna roll the opposing.
I'll do a sage. What is this? Easy?
Medium. If you can make it easier, if you have something that makes you like your specialty is sage, if manipulating people.
I'm a wizard who does spells and stuff is what I wrote under my cliche.
That would count. That's your cliche, upping it up a level. So you will go up to 6, and you got to get 2 successes. I got 2 successes on mine.
All right.
And that's across any of your sages. you cast suggestion, and you have to fight this geisha that has clearly been put on them, this magical curse. But slowly but surely, it comes carefully out of their mouth, and one of them says, "He is all powerful. Yaktu Zvim." And then you can see because of the geish, like a surge of arcane, pain surges through the little mouse, and he sort of keels over, half conscious. But it gives you the name if you're going to try to hunt down Yaktu Zim.
I never heard of Yaktu Zim. You ever heard of Yaktu Zim?
Asking me?
Yeah.
Have I ever heard of Yaktu Zim?
Hey, he's like a dark power, a dark god. Works for Bane.
Oh, he works for Bane. Batman's friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Batman. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
No. I've heard of lore. I don't know who he is personally, no.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you might have clashed with a Banite in the past, Chet, but you know that the Banites were never exterminated or taken out. They still lurk in Gallic around the corners.
There's something in the ArchCrystal Tower. You have to give me time to do the searches and stuff, but I'll need a few days. But I don't have much on Yaktu Zim right now. So there's one more owl. We're looking for schematics for witch brooms.
It's not just witch brooms. It's a super awesome, magical, flying, ancient flying safe broom technology. So you can fly faster, but also safer.
His eyes get really, really large. He recognizes the book, and he starts to step backwards.
You have the book. I think you should give me that book.
Give him a book.
He pulls out a broom he's already been working on crafting. And he says, in Owlin, you don't understand Owlin. Does anybody here understand Owlin? I don't think anybody here did.
I don't understand Owlin, but if you give me a few days, I can go through the entire ArchCrystal library.
He says something in Owlin that you take to understand as, "You'll have to catch me." And he jumps on the little broom, and he zooms out off the platform, gliding across the massive moving blocks. What do you do?
Oh no! I gotta go! Niebelung, can you help me chase this person?
Can I see him?
He's pretty fast. So you would have seen him until he turns a corner or something around one of the rooms.
Okay. Then let's teleport to the last point that I saw him. I grab
whatever that means.
What?
Yeah, I can. I'm a ghost, but I can also teleport, which I don't even know if that's useful anymore.
Oh, teleport to the last place in space that you saw him across the icy.
Oh, you said he turned.
Yeah, he did turn around the corner, but like you want to fly out to where you saw him, the last place you saw him.
Shit, that's not useful actually. Now that I think about it. Okay.
No, it's not. I don't know what you're going for. You're useless.
Yeah. Let's just go chase him. Get on your broom.
All right, here we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, so this is where you guys are going to have to use those ranged abilities. We're going to make 3 ranged conflicts. What ranged abilities do you guys have? That can include agility, personality, and hunt.
Personality, baby.
Personality.
All right, so you guys are going to start from medium. You're going to pick just one of them. So pick personality or pick agility, or pick hunt. now that you have hunt. Pick one skill, and you're going to start at medium. So if you have something that's going to help you chase this guy down on his broom, you can make it go up to hard. But we're going to do best of 3 effectively.
Would I be able to cast another spell?
Sure. What spell?
Haste.
That would make it go to easy, yes. You use your spellcast of haste to make this a medium into a very easy check. If you have haste, right, you can. Well, here's my question, actually. Haste changes, this is where we get nerdy again. Haste changes a movement speed to double, right? Your movement speed is your walking speed. You don't have a fly speed. So what I'm going to do,
I'm actually going to help Niebelung. I did think about this. My broom doesn't get any faster pace, but I can make Niebelung faster.
Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. You're going to cast haste on Niebelung so that his flying speed is doubled and he starts to zoom.
Yeah.
All right, so Niebelung, it's gonna be an easy for you. You're gonna roll 6 dice and hope you get either personality or agility, whichever one you're picking.
I'm looking at number 2 or 1. Okay.
And then Brendan, you're still starting at medium unless you have anything else that can help you.
1 success.
That's okay. Okay.
Hey, 1 success.
2 success. 4 success.
Whoa!
I got
1 and 2
none. I got no successes on the first one. So you guys split off, cross through the there we go. Start speeding off through the space between the lines, gliding and crossing and bouncing off of the sides of chambers. Every so often you get a quick glance inside one of the doors and you can see, scholars studying in this room, an artifact in this room. Maybe you catch a glimpse of one of the thieves in this room. But they're all blurs rushing past your vision as you're going up and over and down. They've got the Z-shaped Tetris pieces, so you got to kind of have to go around them. You glide up one of the long, tall ones, and you come over the top, and you see him, and you're right behind him, and he's on that super fast prototype broom he's built. So we just need the 3 of you. We'll get rid of everybody else. So it's just the 2 of you. You are tailing Niebelung by a little bit, but you have kept up Chet because you really pushed yourself there. And you still succeeded. So, that's the first of 3. He looks over his shoulder. Niebelung, did you roll personality or agility?
2 of the successes was agility, and the other 2 was personality. 2 and 2.
Right, okay. That's fine, because you still would have succeeded with just 2. Remember that you're going to roll just 1 skill for the next 2. So pick either personality or agility. Yeah, so you still would have succeeded. It doesn't change anything, but just remember that. But do you want to use agility or personality to catch up?
To catch him, agility.
Great. So in that case, it is just a matter of you've been hasted, you are super fast, and you are flying through the rooms. He's probably going up and around, and you're just passing right through them to catch up. Now we're going to go one more time. So, Dean, you've still got haste, so you're still going to be rolling easy. Anything else, Chet, to help you catch up? Or otherwise you'll be at medium?
I'm trying to think.
I'm assuming you're on your broom, too, because your broom comes to you, right? You've called it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my broom comes to me.
But that's the thing, is your broom naturally is not as fast as his broom. We want that broom, right?
I got 1 success out of those 6.
All right, and I'm going to do his. And I got 1-2 successes this time. Chet, do you want to roll yours?
Yeah, hear me out here. I pull a rope off of my robe of many items.
Yeah,
and I try to use it as a lasso.
As a lasso. What skill would you be rolling in this case? Would that be... Because you don't have... I guess hunt...
I had thought about personality, but I guess that would be more of a hunt thing.
It sounds pretty hunty to me. Yeah, I would allow you to use the rope to make it a easy hunt.
Okay, I do have a wound, so it's back to medium.
So, okay, so that's sort of how the system balances out. Okay, so medium hunt, you've pulled this rope out and you're going to try to wrangle on the back of his broom.
Nope!
That's okay.
And guess what? I rolled 2 of my personality.
Ah!
Oh, well.
That's the way the news goes. So Niebelung, from over your shoulder, a rope
Not gotten any
just
rolls.
sort of flies. That rope flies through you. You're not sure if like Chet was trying to like lasso you and like catch up or something, but you're a ghost. That doesn't work. So we'll say, Chet, you do start falling back behind a little bit. You too, Niebelung. Maybe you get distracted by this rope. You're confused, you look back, and he's gotten ahead. He turned a corner you didn't expect him to. He is almost getting away here. As we get deeper and darker into the bottom of the stacks, we're getting all the way down here. This is the last of 3. We got 1 success from each side. So we're going to do one more time. It's an easy personality or agility from Niebelung, and it is a medium hunt or what's your other one? Personality? Yeah, so medium personality or hunt from Chet. Would it help you guys if I roll his first, just so you know what you're up against?
Sure.
He got 1, 2, 3 successes that time. He succeeds on ones.
What?
He got 3 successes, so in order to beat him, you're going to need to get 3 successes of whatever skill you're looking at, or a proc.
Botch. So I won't beat him because I'm already at 4 botches.
4 botches, yeah. Chet, do you want to roll your medium? Or if you have something to make it easy, you can see if you can push, but... again, you'll need all 3 successes. You'll need to get 3 of the same number. Triplets.
I'm going to try... Chet's go-to move is the suggestion. I'm going to try again, just try to reach out and magically suggest that they stop.
All right, give me... This would be personality as opposed to hunt. So you give me that... medium personality check, and you got to get all 3 dice are your personality.
Here we go. 0.
That's what I figured. So in that case, unless anyone wants to use their proc, he is going to turn 1 more corner and get away with the book and the broom.
Book and broom. Did you already use yours?
Yeah, I used it to not fall.
Then I'll invoke my ArchCrystal inspiration.
Ooh, is that what you called your proc? ArchCrystal inspiration? I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
All right, so let's big brain this.
To the ArchCrystal Tower, I'm able to travel through almost like the walls were always moving. My mind and body and spirit always moves. So I'm kind of omnipotent within the ArchCrystal Tower. So even though he thinks he's escaped, he turns 1 corner and runs right into me.
That is gorgeous. He turns 1 corner. One more last thing, he thinks he's finally escaped, but little does he know, there has been a surge of electricity passing through the rooms. If you could see into the astral plane, you would see this psionic energy. You probably, from your broom chat, watch Niebelung do that thing he did with the book where he got possessed into it. He just sort of starts to turn to one of the chambers itself and possesses into the chamber. There's the glowing lights on the walls exterior, and then like electricity, it pulses down the room, sparks and jumps to another, sparks and jumps to another, and sparks and jumps to another, and he pops out of the wall opposite, and he's got the rat by the throat. And the broom just sort of slides out from under the rat, and because he comes to an abrupt stop, so the broom flies and hits the wall behind Niebelung, and you can catch up. And I will give you Niebelung for using your proc to catch Chet's book and his broom. There you go.
Oh, yeah. We're almost buddies.
Almost.
And that's what's the magic of the buddy meter, is that's accurate. I think you guys are almost buddies. So I'll put us center here as we get a quick moment with the thief, and I'll turn it over to you guys.
Wait a minute, the broom's not broken, is it?
No, the broom would have just... Yeah. It's a very powerful broom. Ancient magic, right?
Okay.
I think I'll fly up behind, and I'll just hit him with a fun fact. You got caught.
So, is he holding I just take the book off from his wing or whatever.
Sure. You reach into the bag and grab it.
Yeah. And I make eye contact. Our eyes connect, and through his mind, I see the other books that he's stolen. And there's a hidden, probably cache somewhere.
There is. Yeah, I have a whole little room I had built up with all the books in it that you can go to.
Yeah. I'll be sure to let the Minotaurs know where those books are. But I tossed you, Chet, the witch broom book that you've been looking for.
Not a witch broom, but thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. The broomstick, the motorized broomstick that you've been looking for. Anything you want to say?
I already had my cool line. I think you go for it. Give it a cool line.
Okay.
Whenever I catch someone, I hit them with a cool line. So,
fun fact, that was pretty good. But I do have one question for the owl.
I'm a mouse.
Learn something. What? Oh, mouse. Oh.
He was riding a broom.
Oh yeah, the owl would have just flew. Gotcha. Did you learn something new today?
No.
No. That says belonging to a rage.
Oh no! Wait! No, you're right. He does need to be an owl because the Terran owls was what was the name we came up with. We'll make him an owl. There we go. Yeah. So you got the owl. He says no in owlin, so that would be
no. And I psionic. Remember, do we need him? Can I kill this one? We got Yak Tuzem. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this one.
Yeah.
He learned nothing, and he stole knowledge. And you know what you look like? You look like you've read number 9 more than once.
Oh! Get him!
And then I turned to him and I said, and that's why we check even.
And that's why we check even.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So, I'll take us out here of the game by, Chet will get his book and the working prototype of the broom, and we can cut to the tournament, the race. Weeks later, maybe days later, whenever it is, as the audience cheers.
It's that afternoon for sure.
Oh, it was that afternoon. You went straight there.
Yeah,
As,
make haste.
as the audience cheers on Chet Sexton and the what were they? The Gallic demons, Gallican demons.
Clearly, I started this team. And it's gotten like funding from the Sexton Corporation.
There is an announcement over the loudspeaker as the race is beginning. Here's my question, Niebelung. Do I take you off the board, or did you go out into the city to see the race?
I can't leave the ArchCrystal Tower.
So you will watch from a window far away.
Yeah. Because the ArchCrystal's big enough to be that I'll just catch a bird's eye view.
Yeah, we'll put you in the sky in the distance, watching from the little window. You still have many more books to read before your journey is complete. But
I do have another Niebelung to run, right? So
yeah, at the arena, somebody comes on over the magical loudspeaker, because it's not a real loudspeaker; it's only 460 PR. And they say, "Let's do." There you go.
Attention, attendees! It has been discovered that a member of the Terran Owls was found in a medically compromised position. As such, their team does not have the owls they need to compete, and the default winner of today's race goes to Chet Sexton in the Gallican Demons.
Yay, I guess.
And the crowd is a little disappointed. They thought there was going to be a race, but
I give them a show anyway. We turn it into a Gallic demon inter-squad race.
Beautiful.
Sexton sucks. Said one of the audience.
The one person who traveled all the way.
All the way.
And no. So on that note, as the Gallican demons do their little intramural event, their race, after it's you killed the competition. So I guess you didn't need the broom after all.
I guess not.
That's one way to win. And we have a little something we do here on Twitch, Dean. You don't know what it is, but we'll teach it and we'll see how you do. At the end of every stream, we say a phrase. Brendan, what's the phrase?
Is it just keep rolling the dice?
That's right. You don't have to say it like that. That was a little weird.
You do have to say it like that.
Okay.
You have to say it like you don't know what it is or when it's happening.
Yes. Sure. So keep rolling the dice is the saying. We end every stream on it. I'll give us a countdown and we'll all try to do it together perfectly. It works out every time. Are we ready to end our game?
Let's do it. Just keep rolling the dice.
Keep rolling
the dice.
Dice.
I hate both of you.
I gotta say.